BBC Radio Cumbria Sport.
And what I love to see there, after the obligatory shaking of hand, Chris, Liam Noble, as he peels off the last Blackburn man whose hand he has to shake, just turns around and pumps his fist at the crowd as if to say, right, let's go for this right from the off.
Yeah, he's the one Saturday, wasn't he, who looked very much up for it. I spent a bit of time with him on the Sunday, and he was really down. He came to a charity football game just to take his mind off it, and things were running through his head, the adrenaline was still pumping, and I was honest with him. I thought his performance could have been better on the ball, etc., but at least he showed the fight and determination. And I've seen a few fans over the week, and they've said as well, you can tell he really does care, and I'm sure the other players care, but it's just about going on beyond now, not being in that nice little comfort zone. At the minute we've got a nice team up where no one can speak highly enough of the lads as people. They really are nice kids, and really nice to get on with, and a credit to the club. But when it comes to that pitch, go and work yourself, be a little Joe Garner, have people complaining about you.
Yeah, get in their faces, be nasty. Football isn't, the best things aren't won by the nicest people by any stretch of the imagination. By the way, Celtic 0-0 at half-time away at Elfsborg. If you remember, they won in the first leg of that one by a 0-0 in Scotland, so they need to hang on to that scoreline in the second half. 6:45 kickoff as they look to qualify for the Champions League in the third round of qualifying. Zenit St Petersburg have won comfortably so far this evening, and Austria and Memphis, of all teams, have gone through also. But our focus is on the League Cup tonight. Carlisle United here taking on Blackburn Rovers. Elsewhere, Leeds against Chesterfield, and another Lancashire side in action as Fleetwood go to Notts County. Carlisle with Paul Thirlwell, the skipper, this evening, just shaking hands with David Dunn, his opposite captain for the Rovers, and it looks like we will be staying as we are. So Carlisle will attack the Waterworks end, and as things stand, I think it looks like it's going to be the visitors Blackburn who get us underway. United changes. Paul Thirlwell comes in for Mike Edwards in defence. He drops down to the bench. Miller suspended, so Mark Beck is in. Beck partners Guy up top for United, and Moo and Gillies provide the width. Noble and Berrett in the centre of midfield as we get underway here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sports. And in defence, Thirlwell and Livesey in the heart of that defence. Left back Reece James, right back on the far side Brad Potts, Mark Gillespie in goal.
Come on, lads.
Come on, lads, indeed. Straight away, Blackburn looking to come forwards, playing a bit of football. Seems to be time and space for David Dunn to operate in. Feeds the ball to the right-hand side. Could be a break forwards here from young Todd Kane on loan from Chelsea. Gives the ball to Chris Taylor, just moving it around in the centre of the park. Plenty of time and space for Blackburn, looking to just have a bit of a go at Carlisle early in this game. Good shape from Carlisle. Yeah, good snaffling tackling there from Reece James. Blackburn go back into defence with Gilles Givet. He's played in the Champions League with French clubs and English clubs in his career. Over the top and in, down the left-hand side go Blackburn. Danny Livesey's got to be careful with his tackle, and he has wiped out his man down that left-hand side. Really has wiped out Marcus Olsen, and it's a free kick. Might have actually been the overlapping fullback Morris. Free kick to Blackburn, left-hand side of the Carlisle penalty area.
Yeah, good shape there, but while the shape was good, it was a 4-5-1. Then Beck suddenly went into his normal position. A little ball into midfield, set back, and the overlap and run was from the left back, and David Amu just got caught on his heels a bit there. Livesey had to go across and cover. I thought he had got it at one point.
Youth graduate Josh Morris there just teased that foul out of Livesey. And the wall's just been pushed back into the Carlisle penalty area. Early danger here. Left-hand side, it's a right-footed free kick into the Carlisle penalty area. Gillespie behind it all the way. No problem with that. Delivery not good enough there. Second minute, Carlisle looking to escape their penalty area through the Gillespie clearance.
Good atmosphere from the supporters as well.
Yeah, there is. Always give credit for that. You can hear them, you can hear the Blackburn fans. A good smattering of them over on that far side, Chris.
Yeah, great turnout.
It's, what is it, coming up to 8 o'clock, sun full in their eyes over there in that bit of stand sort of beyond the end of the pitch as they look to break forwards. Offside flag goes up against Blackburn. Carlisle have a free kick and a chance to come forwards. Chris Taylor, former Oldham man, if you're wondering about the name, had a season with Millwall last year, and now with Blackburn. Set up the goal, their equaliser at the weekend for Leon Best. After they trailed for much of the match away at Derby County, he set up the equaliser for Best, who is on the bench. And Carlisle looking to come forwards here. Noble to the left of that Blackburn penalty area. It's Gillies, in fact, inside to Noble, looking to try and lift one into the box. Beck will try and get onto this, and Moo in there as well. Carlisle can't quite get onto it, and so it's the break with Olsen down the left-hand side. One of two brothers, only one of whom still play. Martin Olsen's moved on. Marcus is still here. Middle of the park with David Dunn, we were told he was going to be a striker today up alongside Joshua King, but he's very much sitting and trying to anchor things in that midfield, Chris.
He just looks, as he's just got the ball there, he looks like he's behind the front man, King, doesn't he? And him and Thirlwell, I remember we've come through the youth together, me and David Dunn playing in a Pontons League Premier. It used to be reserve fixtures on non-league ground, so good to see him still playing.
Yeah, he's moved for some money in his career. Left Blackburn for Birmingham for £5.5 million. Came back for 2.2 a few years later. Not bad business if you can get it.
Absolutely.
£3 million on him. And change. Givet across the centre of that Blackburn defence. First touch for Jan Songo out to the right-hand side. And Chelsea's Todd Kane, who's on loan here with Blackburn.
Beck's doing a lot of running there on the deepest midfielder, but he's going to wear himself out there. They're just skipping by him.
Ooh, strong tackle from David Amu. Really good tackle as well on Morris, and he's come away with the ball. That was really good work from David Amu, and you can hear what the crowd think of that. And that's the Chris Lumsden approach, isn't it? A big, strong tackle early on, and now Amu's trying to break forwards here. Good tackle on him this time from Olsen, who can play left back or left of midfield, and that was a defender's tackle.
Yeah, brilliant from him. That's what you need early on. Look how the crowd reacted to it.
Nice turn from James Barrett. Ball pinged away by Thirlwell rather aimlessly, and Carlisle back under a bit of pressure on halfway. Not Thirlwell, it was Livesey, I do beg your pardon. Strong tackle from Potts, hasn't quite come off. Olsen's managed to spin away from him. They've got a bit of width over on this right-hand side if Olsen can pick him out. Can't first time. Still coming forwards now with Dunn. Might look and try and shape a shot. Instead goes to the back post. Taylor's offside. Free kick to Carlisle. Nodded in by Josh King, but it won't count, and it's a free kick to the Cumbrians.
Don't think Taylor knows the offside rule, does he?
It's
he
way
used to
off.
come here with Oldham as well, and always been offside. Loves a little moan at the referee as well.
You love a little moan about him.
Love a moan.
Not one of your favourite players you've come up against in your career?
When you're down there, interview him, just say hello to his shin for us. Connected, sweet with him.
Oh, I love these little rivalries. You hear too much about players having respect for each other. There's got to be one or two out there who just hate each other, haven't there?
Aye.
Now they're coming forwards with King, former Manchester United man, looking to get onto the return ball there from Dunn, and he might just have been away there, but Livesey, more by luck than anything else, got in the way of that return ball. Beck wins his header flicked on. Guy will give chase. Givet heads away at the back.
Ball.
Noble onto the second ball and out to the left-hand side with Gillies. Will have to cross on his left. Not a bad ball. Back post and over the bar from the Frenchman Givet. A diving header there from Lewis Guy at the feet of Songo. Not just dangerous, but brave that from Guy. Threw himself into the danger area with his noggin. And unfortunately, Blackburn still managed to clear.
Yeah, that's, the ball's dropping in midfield there. Liam Noble first onto it, ball out to Gillies. Gillies doesn't want to beat someone, just wants to put quality in there, which he does. Yeah,
on his weaker left foot. Here comes his stronger right foot to the back post. Beck underneath it, trying to head it down, and a foul. It wasn't Beck, actually. How could I confuse that? It was Danny Livesey. Not much difference between the dark-haired Livesey and sort of blonde-haired Beck at the back
You got your contacts in, a few mistakes tonight.
I think it was because it's in the sun on that far side. It made.
I know what it is. You're a pure supporter tonight, like me, aren't you? We just want this win.
A little bit excitable. Yeah, I do feel very excitable tonight. Clearance forwards from Simon Eastwood. I was hoping we might see Paul Robinson tonight, who's also on the books of Blackburn, who are coming forwards with Dunn. Up to the edge of the area, he was attempted a crafty chip there. Don't think he'd have beaten Gillespie, but it was a clever effort, wasn't it? Just looking to sniff out and see if the keeper was off his line.
Yeah, that's the vision he's got, hasn't he? And, Gillespie was never in trouble there, but
it wasn't even vision, that. It was instinct, wasn't it? Because he just tried it early to see if he could catch him out.
Yeah, I mean, the two midfielders, young lads in there, look like they want to get on the ball, feed it into Dunn there, and he's just looking to play the ball around the corner, isn't he, to get to Josh King, who, to be honest, looks absolute lightning.
Ball forwards. Oh, well brought down by Beck. Infield to Noble. Tries it first time, looking to let Amu away down the right-hand side. And I think the defender's got a touch on that, and it's a throw-in. And it was a really good percentage ball, that, from Noble. First time looking to set Amu away. And Morris trying to jockey it out. Just couldn't sort his feet out. And Carlisle have a cheap throw-in. On that right, Potts links up with Barrett into the area. Givet gets a clearance. Not convincing. Livesey gives it on to Noble. First time to Beck. Great first touch from Beck. Fouled. Morris trying to get a shot in here. Gillies rather trying to get that shot in. Barrett will attack the ball on the edge of the area. He's surely caught. What's the referee giving here? He's saying play on, is he? I think he was going to give a free kick to Blackburn. In fact, he has given a free kick to Blackburn. Now what's that for? Barrett just seemed to want that ball more than the defender.
Yeah, unfortunate to get that free kick.
Well, I'm not having that at all. Anyway, back underway. We are in the 8th minute already. Looking out for Olsen on that far side. Carlisle getting enough onto it with Brad Potts. He's going to have his work cut out over there. Looks like Morris is quite an attacking fullback, and Olsen loves to get forwards down that left-hand side, the Swede.
Yeah, these are the tests now. At the weekend, free kicks, throw-ins, downfall for us. So it's important, we pick up.
These are the games that you're in football for, though, aren't you, as a Carlisle player, to pit your wits against these sort of players. Waiting for this Blackburn corner. Here it comes, looking for the edge of the 6-yard box. Blackburn man gets a head onto it. Carlisle have scrapped it away. Shot comes back in, deflected over the bar by Carlisle. And it's a corner again, corner number 2 in quick succession. Yeah,
first ball, was contested, dropped in the 6-yard box. It was scrappy, but at least Carlisle were getting bodies in there and somehow getting the ball out.
Over to this far side. I'm just looking who's coming to take these corners. You'd have thought it would have been done, but it's not, although he's actually given possession away when he got the short corner given to him. Noble trying to break for Carlisle. Got to be careful here. Well, Fizzes a lovely ball out to Potts on that right flank. Bit of space. Carlisle have got men over on the left here if they can pick out the diagonal ball. Going into the area, Lewis Guy's not quite going to get there. The goalkeeper will be in front, and he's trying to jockey it. Has that come off the Blackburn man? No, the referee's given that as the goal kick as well. And one or two of the more 50-50 things have gone Blackburn's way so far. You wonder if Carlisle will be due one in a minute.
Yeah, I agree with that decision. Keeper's quick, isn't he?
Yeah,
decided to leave his line quickly there. Lewis Guy over the top, but great play from Liam Noble on his own area. Didn't panic, switched the ball out to Brad Potts. Brad Potts seen it. We know he's got a built-in midfield, so he's got that vision. Sees Lewis Guy, just couldn't get it into his stride.
Simon Eastwood, the goalkeeper tonight, he's 24, but he's understudy generally to the younger goalkeeper, Jake Keane, who's 22, and he won't enjoy that with it, being the understudy to somebody a couple of years younger than him. You know what it's like in football. And Carlisle have a thrown off his dodgy clearance forwards. Reece James, who had a tough start to his Carlisle career against Leyton Orient at the weekend, throws it down the line. Lewis Guy looking to make life difficult for the Blackburn defence. Carlisle on it on halfway with Liam Noble looking for the first time ping out to the right in search of a move. This time doesn't quite pull it off, but he's always looking to use the pace of a move down that right hand side.
Yeah, he's a threat, isn't he? And
the goalkeeper's miscontrolled it back towards his own goal line there before a hurried clearance. Taylor wins the flick on down the line. Carlisle could be in a bit of trouble here. Paul Thirlwell against Joshua King, who's very fast, and he did well there just to get the toe in before the former Manchester United man could escape.
Yeah, brave decision, isn't it? Greg putting Paul Thirlwell into that area.
Goalkeeper's clearance again is a little bit rash. Carlisle trying to come forwards here with Reece James on the ball. Berrett takes control, up to Lewis Guy, looking to shovel it out left-hand side for Josh Gillies. The defender, Kane, takes it back towards the byline and takes no chances under pressure from Gillies. They come from different ends of the football spectrum, the two men up against each other tonight. Kane from Chelsea's Mega Bucks Academy. Gillies coming in from non-league, but they meet in this Carling Cup for Capital One Cup first round tie on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. Kane trying to keep Gillies away from goal, and so far Gillies with that early ball in that caused a bit of havoc in that Blackburn line, putting a bit of pressure on the young pretenders to the throne. Flicked down the line by Blackburn as they look to push Carlisle away from their goal. Gathered by Marrow, I think it is, Alex Marrow, the former Fleetwood man who conceded a penalty that gave Derby the lead in the season opener in the Championship on Sunday night. On the right-hand side with Potts now looking to break forwards, overlapping down the right-hand side of Amu, gets the cross in towards goal, looking for Beck, steers it towards goal, just didn't quite get his feet right there, Beck, and he had to engineer the power onto the cross, and it was maybe a yard too far in towards goal.
Yeah, great ball from Potts, isn't it? That's the threat they've got in there with Beck. The defence let him go for a second there, but good effort, a long way out, so it would have been hard, to try and score that one. But that's good pressure from Carlisle again, making Blackburn want to try and play their way out. They're pressurising them and conceded a throw in now.
First decent chance that wasn't quite made into a real goal scoring chance, but it was a good position for Beck, who flicks the ball on looking for Lewis Guy. Givet jockeys it back towards his goalkeeper, who seems a lot more comfortable kicking out of his hands than he is off the floor. He's already shanked a couple. It's like watching a how not to play golf lesson so far from the Blackburn goalkeeper. He's hooked and shanked with his clearances. This one better, more down the middle, looking for Chris Taylor, who is a right midfielder by trade. He often plays either right or left for his teams, but he's very tall actually, isn't he, Chris?
Yeah, he is. Hangs in the air well there. Gets a good header above James there.
Cleared forwards for Carlisle. Berrett flicks it on. Guy gives chase. Songo heads clear for Blackburn. Berrett slips in the midfield, allows Noble onto the board. Good touch, looking for Lewis Guy over the top. Oh, just a yard ahead of him. Could have been a touch further forwards there, Guy. He'd have brought that down and the goalkeeper would have been in no man's land.
Yeah, good vision again. Good run from Guy though as well, isn't it? You know, beckoned him up front, you know, get busy and around each other just like Guy and Miller did pre-season. So it's a good, you know, big and small man. That's the way to play it sometimes.
It's good to see Liam Noble trying these ambitious balls. Carlisle at times last season in particular, they weren't trying that sort of ball. They're just putting them into dangerous areas and seeing who can get onto them and who's going to gamble. Yeah,
he looks up for this season, doesn't he? He looked good pre-season before his injury, and he's came back in the season, as we see, the one bright spark. You know, at the weekend.
Very cheaply conceded throw in there for Carlisle, edge of the left-hand side of the Blackburn penalty area. Real hash from Songo and Kane, the fullback. In the end, Carlisle get the throw in. Lewis Guy onto it, gives it back to Reece James, who took the throw in. Barrett jinks away from his man, nutmegs his next man, onto Gillies coming forwards here. He tries to slide a ball in. Carlisle are going to get a corner, and this is tasty stuff from United. And we're only 14 minutes, and at this stage on Saturday, Chris, we also thought that Carlisle were making a good start, and it never quite went that way. But at the moment, positive signs.
Yeah, better. All you can ask for, better start, and that's what they've done. They're playing well at the minute.
Here comes the corner. Gillies to take it once again to the back post. There's a man attacking, headed into the back, and it's another goal, is it, for David Amu? This time a header after he scored from the spot on his Carlisle debut at the weekend. 2 in 2 for David Amu. Carlisle United are ahead in the 14th minute against Blackburn in the League Cup.
Yeah, he was a threat on Saturday, wasn't he? Hanging in the air, and a great ball in again from Gillies. You know, we've got to say his distribution from free kicks, etc., has been different class, and that ball there over the back stick. Amu didn't really jump, did he? He just, you know, got himself in front of his man, showed strength, header into the bottom corner. Good start to his Carlisle career.
He was the one who, I wonder if one or two fans were least enthused about of Carlisle's summer signings, David Amu, because of the season he had last time out with Preston and Tranmere, not really working at any of them. But so far he's been the man really for them, hasn't he, out of pre-season?
Yeah, he has. He's done really well. He's came stronger as it went on. But you know, Blackburn, I don't understand why you know, they come with these squads with the big hitters on the bench. I think it's best to win the game and then, you know, take them off, because now they're on the back foot. They're not playing well, and you know, they look rattled, and they're trying to score the perfect goal at the minute. And at the minute, Carlisle are sniffing that danger out. With
a squad of 52, Chris, let's be honest, the League Cup is not Blackburn's priority. They've got to go up this year. Could be a chance for a shot coming in here, edge of the area, took a deflection, comfortably back to the Blackburn goalkeeper. Make no mistake, Carlisle are on top. But there are big guns on that Blackburn bench, and there are big guns on the park, actually, just not quite firing at the moment.
New manager, though, you need, you know, wins early on, you know, exactly with the Blackburn owners. So
I'm told by our colleagues at BBC Lancashire that the owners have been a lot more quiet, a lot less foreground than they were last season. As Beck tries to set Gillies away, Carlisle get another throw-in and a chance to get forwards. And Chris, worth noting that two of the summer signings combining for that goal, with Gillies crossing to Amu.
Yeah, really well. You know, great ball into the box, great header. So, you know, happy days at the minute.
I'm getting told off here by Grant Holt for 2 in 2 from David Amu. He's not enjoyed that listening into us this evening. And at the moment, Blackburn tidying it back to the goalkeeper, whose clearance off the floor this time is better. Danny Livesey heads it back up towards the edge of their area, and Amu sniffing once more, and it could just drop here for Gillies. Nods it up to Lewis Guy coming off his front man, gives it to Reece James. Early crossing from him, and it's shanked away a little bit, and it might drop for another Carlisle corner. Chris Taylor tries to bring it down, and Carlisle will get a throw in. Good play from Reece James there, forcing his man off the ball. Ball into the area looking for Guy, just cut out this time, and Blackburn will clear up to Joshua King. Of course, I'm sure he'll have been a reserves and youth team teammate of Reece James, Carlisle's young left back on loan from the current Premier League champions.
Yeah, plenty
King
of pace.
signed from them last season.
Plenty of pace and power, not doing the basics at the minute, and that's getting hold of it at the minute. Paul Thurwell, Livesey, you know,
doesn't look a
dealing
target
with
man,
anything.
does he? He played on the left wing for them on Sunday. Doesn't look a target man, but he's the man who's sort of having to play that role. Taylor coming forwards here for Blackburn. Middle of the park, strong snapping tackle that from James Barrett. Blackburn keep possession, clipped out right hand side looking for the run of Kane. He's not getting that. Carlisle have the throw in. Left back position. 3 matches in the League Cup, only 1 score, only 1 goal. Carlisle leading Blackburn. Oh, and as I say that, Fleetwood take the lead at Notts County. At the moment though, it's the teams looking to rattle their slightly more illustrious opponents. Carlisle rattling Blackburn and Fleetwood rattling Notts County. Will it stay like that? Will we have more upsets? What a fabulous day it was yesterday in the League Cup with all those amazing upsets, and hats off in particular to Newport. 25 years since they were in the Football League, and their first go in the League Cup, which they'll be proud to be back in after all that time in the footballing wilderness, and they get a win over a team like Brighton. Forwards here comes Joshua King for Blackburn. It's a bit of a mazy run from him, trying to slide the ball in for Marcus Olsen, who'd come in off the left wing. Carlisle get a toe in and clear up into that Blackburn half. Lewis Guy just trying to chest pass to Josh Gillies, hasn't come off, and throw into the visitors on halfway.
From the crowd though, they can see what they're trying to do, and keep this up. That's how you get people back on board, these tackles, and winning the headers, even if the referee is given a foul. But
try and flick balls, try and chest passes, even when they're not coming off. People can see what you're trying, rather than just playing it sideways and backwards. Here's a bit of a problem for Carlisle United. Danny Livesey trying to block Joshua King, cuts it back into the area, shot, viciously hit just over the bar. What a powerful shot that was from Josh Morris up from left back. Absolutely banged that one, and it dipped just over the bar. Gillespie could only watch it goodbye.
Yeah, King into the channel there. Livesey, does his best to keep up with them, but not many people are going to there. Great little ball inside, and I think Morris should take a touch and probably slot it home, but he's took it early. Not sure how far away it was, but good move from Blackburn. That just shows that they stick themselves into second gear. They're quick.
Valencia beaten Everton in their latest friendly, and Liverpool have won 4-1 away to Valerenga. At half-time, go through all of the Champions League qualifying scores, in particular those of real concern to us. The Celtic score will be an interesting one throughout the course of the evening. But here come Blackburn. Taylor opening the space to try and get the cross in. Reece James has slowed him down. He'll try and get it in again. He does, to the back post, and well defended in there by Potts, but King's still in there, looking to get Blackburn further into that area, but he hasn't. And it's a clearance from Carlisle, and it's gone for a throw-in off the Blackburn man on that far side. On the right, as Carlisle look to break forwards at Blackburn again, but just at times they spring to life and you see some of the quality, Chris.
Yeah, you do, but again, you're going to come under pressure, and it's how you defend it, and at the minute, defend them well.
They most certainly are. The Cumbrians leading by a goal to nil. If you're just joining us, 20th minute, David Moo again. Amu on the right-hand side, Lewis Guy onto the ball, right of that penalty area for the Cumbrians. Trying to attack that Blackburn goal. Down the line, Potts pods it forward to Amu once more, driving at his man, looking to get the cross in, gets the throw in. Percentage stuff from David Amu. Head down, bang the cross in, see if you get it into the area, if not, get the throw in.
Yeah, good play from James Barrett as well. He's popping up all over the pitch when the ball's loose. Seems to be the man who's getting on the ball.
Cross coming in, left-footed ball, looking for the back post. Todd Kane takes the pace off it really when he was trying to clear. Gillies onto it for Carlisle. Into Reece James, the left back out to Gillies on that left flank, asking a lot of him to try and beat the Chelsea defender on loan at Blackburn. A little stab clear from Songo for Blackburn. Nodded away once more by them. Noble with a brave header forwards. Barrett onto it. Pods it out to James. He'll maybe fancy a shot on his right. Looking to get it through to Amu. Gets the shot in, and it really, unfortunately, is broken up by Blackburn. But it was a delightful touch into Amu from Mark Beck. Splendid target man stuff there from Beck. Doesn't just have to be with his head. Used his foot there. Amu might have done better, but the defender got back well. Yeah, great play from James, wasn't it? Pre-season stuff. Great technical ball into Beck's feet. Beck, what a touch that was. Took three defenders out the game, and Amu, but what a great block as well from the Blackburn defender. Leeds 0, Chesterfield 1. Another upset potentially in the League Cup as Givet brings the ball out of defence for Blackburn up to the halfway line, and Morris, he goes up in search of Olsen. He's here, there and everywhere in Carlisle's final third. Middle of the park with Marrow. Looking around him, Kearney on the ball, the man on loan from Wolves. They're just struggling to find a way past Carlisle. Noble gets in with the sniping tackle, and Dunn's gone all the way back to the edge of the Blackburn defence to try and win the ball back for the Rovers, and he has. The ball out to the left. That's a lovely ball from David Dunn. Left hand side, cross into the back post. Gillespie's going to have to get there, and he's come, and he's done well. Great decision, punched and clear. And was that a foul? No, Josh King just with more strength against his Manchester United teammate recent. And Blackburn still on the ball. Might fancy the shot here with Kearney. Couldn't quite work the angle on his left foot. Gives it to Marrow, centre of the Carlisle half. Over to the left-hand side they go, and full-back Morris. He looks to come forwards, trying to link up with David Dunn, who's played some really splendid balls already in this match. That's not the best of them, though. James Barrett intercepts, Carlisle clear. Straight back it comes, though, from Blackburn. Bit of quality about their play at the moment. They've got space on the right if they can pick that man out. Strong tackle from Thirlwell. Going herring after this one. And that's a foul from Lewis Guy.
I think he went for the shoulder barge, but the defenders moved out the way.
Yeah. Saw him coming there, and the referee... Well, Blackburn have taken that 10 yards back from where it was. Surely they should be allowed to do that, Chris. He's asked them to bring it forwards 10 yards. I've never heard of a referee do that. Don't disadvantage yourself, lads. I want you to take it 10 yards further forwards. Big clearance from Danny Livesey. Smashed away. Non-sure pass stuff from Danny, and it's back down the other end with goalkeeper Eastwood. Not seen the ball for a while. Not really, since he picked it out of his net, Chris.
No, hasn't, Carlisle, though, trying to fashion chances, just can't get that last shot up. A great move before, he would have had to make a save if it wasn't for a great block from the Blackburn defender.
23 on the clock. Carlisle leads and have done for 9 minutes now. David Amu's header off a Josh Gillis cross. Lovely flattered ball out to Taylor on the right here for Blackburn. He'll try and get the cross in to the near post. Thirlwell with a good touch. I think it might just have drifted beyond the back post there and out for a goal kick, but Thirlwell wouldn't have known, and he had to get something onto that, and it's behind for a Blackburn corner.
Good play, wasn't it? It's one of them where it comes across the face of goal, and if you touch it, it may end up in your own net, so you have to get a decent contact on it, and that's exactly what is done.
Here comes the corner for Blackburn, just hung up towards the back post, headed away in there by Beck. Tries to bring it down on the right hand side, does Josh King, and manages to. Gets the cross in, hanging one towards the back post, sent back into the danger area by Blackburn. It breaks on the edge. Oh, what a good clearance from Potts. Olsen was lining up a great big rifled smash on that one, and Potts took it off his toe, and Carlisle survived, but Blackburn are really turning the screw here, and that's a bit of a wild tackle as Blackburn lets come forward. Givet into the area, shot still coming in. Gillespie gets a little glove onto it and then gathers at the second attempt. There's a strong tackle in there from one of the Carlisle players that may yet earn a yellow card next time the ball's out to play. But at the moment they are just hanging on, but Blackburn are showing all their quality at the moment, Chris.
Yeah, they're having a little spell on. It was a late tackle, I think, from Potts, but that save will do Gillespie the world of good as well. Edge of the box, you expect him to save it, but he's made the save, then got up, gathered it up.
Carlisle have it in the left back position with James into Barrett, back to Reece James. Down the line, not his best pass, in with a tackle, hasn't made it. They're breaking forwards, out to midfield with Alex Marrow, leaves it for David Dunn. He'll try and get the ball into the area, works it onto his left foot, trying to find the angle for the shot, takes a deflection. Still alive with Blackburn on the edge of the area. Taylor trying to line it back up. Barrett gets the clearance in for Carlisle, who did well to stop there because Dunn had opened them up. Well good running and strength here from Beck. Really good strength. Listen to what the crowd make of that. Now Barrett coming forwards, out to the left-hand side with Lewis Guy, who's pulled right out to the touchline. Works it down the line. Little stab pass into Gillies. He'll try and find a way past Galgive, who's snapping at him with the tackles. Back down the line to Reece James, who's closed down by Dunn for Blackburn. Sends it up to the edge of the area. Beck underneath it. Breaks at the back post. And Moo might get there first, but the defender pokes it out of play for a Carlisle throw-in. Level with the edge of the Blackburn penalty area on the right. 1-0 the Cumbrians lead, 26 on the clock.
Excellent from Beck. It was all about him holding that ball up under pressure, and he's held it. That gives Carlisle a breather and able to build up the attack. And
Moo with a nice turn there, keeps the ball away from Josh King, who come to try and thwart him. Carlisle still on it, little toe into the penalty area. Strong tackle coming in from Blackburn. It's Marrow who's affected that. He's hurt as he's done so. He's done well there to stop Guy getting onto the ball into the area. Or was it Gillies actually? Either way, it's a corner to Carlisle, and we all know what they can do with these corners. Josh Gillies is going to go and take an outswinger this time. Yeah, definite threat from set players tonight, aren't we? Not the biggest of teams, Blackburn. Just got to watch your move here and see if you can get amongst it again. And Beck and Livesey. Songo jumps well in their defence. Here comes the ball in towards goal. It's Amu again who's got that in there. One or two appeals for a handball against the Blackburn men, and the long punt over the top's causing Carlisle a bit of trouble. Reece James with it, surely fouled by David Dunn, who's chip marked Gillespie, and what a wonderful goal that would have been. He felt that it was strength to strength there on Carlisle's last man in James. Probably did just slightly over exuberantly force him off the ball and then chip Gillespie all in one. It would have been some goal, well worth drawing this one level. Thankfully it's a free kick to Carlisle. Yeah, I think it's a foul, but as you say, his ability straight after that. Always had some quality, but do you remember that moment in his Birmingham career? It made tried to do the old sort of bring one leg behind the other to kick it, and it went horribly wrong as Carlisle come forwards, and even his own manager Steve Bruce couldn't stop himself laughing as Potts tries to break forwards for Carlisle. Slightly heavy touch, cleared away, back onto the Carlisle man, throwing to Blackburn in their left back position. But United, for all that when Blackburn turn on the quality, they look like they've got plenty. Carlisle have also shown their own threats as well, Chris. Yeah, much better, isn't it? Keeping it tight at the back. Of course Blackburn are going to have some chances in possession, but
we just got to be patient. The crowd have got to be patient, keep our shape, just make sure they don't pick us off, and the other end create something. And at the minute we do look at a bit of a force going forward.
And I'll be really keen over these next few games if we do get to see Beck in all of them in that Lee Miller role, as Blackburn take a throw in that wasn't theirs, and it's Carlisle's on halfway on the right. Be really keen to see if Beck can continue impressing like he is here, because what United have been crying out for 18 months, 2 years, Chris, is somebody who can be Miller when Miller's not available, and Beck tonight, he's really looking like he can.
Yeah, and he's got a goal in him. He has got that striker's knack where he scores. He just gets goals.
And he's bullying some championship players out there. He's really getting physical with Gaël Givet.
I think that was just a bit missing from his game last season, but he was a young kid. He has got the ability to bully people and be strong, but he just needs the penny to drop in him for him to believe it.
Notts County 1, Fleetwood 1, equaliser there. Enoch Shawunmi with the goal there for Notts County. Do you remember him when he first started for Carlisle? First came off the bench for them, sort of apologetically stepping out of Francois Zoko's way when Zoko was trying to steal a shot on goal off him. Right hand side here, Blackburn coming forwards with Todd Kane, young fullback on loan from Chelsea. Can't find his way past Reece James, young fullback on loan from Manchester United. For Carlisle, little stab back to Kane. They're playing neat football at Blackburn, but at the moment they're not really getting anywhere, and then the pod forwards out of midfield is dreadful, and it's a goal kick to United, and just starting to see a little frustration creeping into their game.
If you keep your shape like that against Championship and they're kicking the ball at the player, imagine League One, they're not going to get through you, and that's the disappointing thing. If you're well drilled in League One, it's half the battle, because the standard isn't as good as the Championship. They haven't got them special players that can unlock you.
It's a hot night here, isn't it? Or even if it is already coming up to 8:15 this Wednesday evening. Feels like a Tuesday, of course, because with live football, but it's Wednesday night. Still very warm despite the time. As Beck tries to win the header there, doesn't quite. Noble with a pass forwards. Bit of a hospital ball there for James Berrett, who got clonked as he cleared away. Paul Thirlwell jockeys it back towards goalkeeper Gillespie. Delivers back up into the Blackburn half. Beck giving chase. Flick on in search of Guy. Givet's headed it beyond his goalkeeper. I think he'll just get there. Good pace, as you've already pointed out, Chris, from Simon Eastwood between the sticks for the Rovers.
Yeah, again, there was Guy just gambling on the flicks and causing a problem there. Givet's had to leave him there, and the keepers had to mop up.
Clearance forwards from the Blackburn goalkeeper. Underneath it, Thirlwell, makeshift defender for Carlisle, fouled as he nodded the ball back towards Gillespie. Did well there. Comfortably dealt with that one under pressure from King. Highlights of tonight's game are on BBC One tonight, by the way, at 11:35, so definitely make sure you tune in for that. 11:35 on BBC One. Of course, we might just about be still playing then if it goes to extra time and penalties, because the result will be decided tonight. At the moment, though, it's advantage United. They lead 1-0, 30 on the clock as Blackburn come forwards with Taylor down this right-hand side, jinking inside. It's a mazy run. He's still going. How's he still going? The tackle comes in the end, he sort of ran out of steam, and finally Carlisle fire it away, but Blackburn gather again. Middle of the Carlisle half with Dunn. Out to the right-hand side, and Kane. Back to Dunn. Flick down the line looking for Taylor. Finding him in space. He's got a good cross in him if you allow him. In towards goal. Thirlwell half volley's clear. Good enough.
Yeah, again, standing up to it. Taylor getting a lot of space just there for a second, but what Carlisle did is they filled in, got bodies into the box and made sure they defended the cross if they couldn't stop it.
Cosmopolitan looking defence with Jan Songo and Gaël Givet for Blackburn. Delivers the ball forwards for them. Up into midfield with Marrow, signed from Fleetwood in the summer. A player, ex-Crystal Palace player, who's really impressed and earned himself this move to the Championship big boys. One of the real favourites to go up this season. Still with the Venky's money, of course, but with that money comes one or two problems as well, as Blackburn give it forwards. Trying to get at Carlisle, not a good clearance. King back onto the ball, bit of naivety from Potts. Olsen trying to line something up, ball into the penalty area, hooked away, not entirely cleared. Gillespie's come a long way and gathered in amongst the bodies. Important goalkeeping there, and he's pointing to that corner, and I think just saying there to young Brad Potts, just put that out of play there. Do not kick it, miss-kick it straight back to one of their players.
Yeah, he done well to get back in position, and the mistake was trying to keep it in play, but well done to Liam Noble there. Seeing that the defence were under pressure, probably after a rollicking off Saturday, he's got back there and he's got his body in the way and he's managed to get a clearance in. Noble's
exemplifying what the fans will have wanted to see from the Carlisle players tonight. He's everywhere, isn't he? And he's trying ambitious things and he's working hard, and it won't have gone unnoticed by the Carlisle fans as Blackburn try to come forwards once more, but it's once more a bit aimless, and it's straight through to goalkeeper Gillespie, and Carlisle back in possession. 33rd minute, they lead 1-0 through David Amu's 14th minute header. Bashed forwards by Gillespie. It'll come down with Snow on it. Underneath it, Beck for Carlisle, who gets it on to Guy. Breaking on now is Barrett. Tries to guide one and maybe should have given it more of a tonk there. He went straight down the goalkeeper's throat.
Yeah, people having a go at him, I don't mind him having the shot there. I just think he was trying to do, what Cox done on Saturday and put it at that far corner. But yeah, tonk it, as you say, try and work the goalkeeper, and then if he spills it, we've got Lewis Guy following up there.
I don't know if that's a classic footballing term, to tonk one at goal, but that's maybe what it needed more than the little guider. Trip between two players there. I think Olsen wanted the free kick, and I think he might have been due it actually, but the referee came down on Carlisle's side as Givet puts the back pass into his goalkeeper, who pummels it first time out of play, not even trying to get that downfield and risking another missed kick. Leeds 1, Chesterfield 1. So equalisers in both the other League Cup games tonight. Chesterfield and Fleetwood had the lead, but the big boys have got back level with them. Here at Brunton Park, not the case. Carlisle led and still lead by a 1-0 against Championship Blackburn. Beck sniffing after the ball. An ungainly sort of defensive tackle from Givet, just about gets it clear, but Carlisle are going to get back on it here with Barrett. He's got a couple of men around him, had to be careful and was. Gives it to Reece James, trying a too ambitious ball. Carlisle could get caught out there. A bit of naivety from one of their young players. Dunn trying the first time pass in search of King. Looked like a handball. Ref having none of it. Coming in off the flank. Marrow for Blackburn. With Kane now, they're just trying to find a way into Carlisle's penalty area, but good resolute defending, and the ball in the end too ambitious, and Carlisle can clear. Through James, then Barrett, but Dunn gathers again, as he seems to be everywhere at the moment. Taylor linking play up neatly, has support from Dunn, might look to Olsen, instead gives it to Marrow, and Kearney now on the edge of the area. He's trying to find the thread of ball. Another one of these midfielders, he doesn't like to shoot. That was on his left foot, could have pinged one there, just didn't fancy it.
I think Blackburn need another target man up front or another forward. Dunn's getting it on the half turn and they've just got one option. Yeah,
and he's not a target man at all, is he? Leeds now lead Chesterfield by 2-1. Perhaps no surprise there. Nice ball out to the right. Kane gets the cross in. Thirlwell is there to clear. And it's real experience. There have been one or two of those from him tonight. And it really, so far, having that midfielder in defence for Carlisle, Chris, it's working.
Yeah, welcome to the step up. Josh Gillies there, never in a wildest dreams would he thought last season someone could put that through his position he had there, because it was a half decent position, but the quality, they put it in behind him, and the pace of the fullbacks got round the back.
They really have some quality, which is more of a compliment to Carlisle that they're hanging on here as that ball goes into the back post. Gillespie hasn't got there, headed onto the angle of bar and post by Taylor at the back post. Gillespie came a long way there and didn't make it. And we talk about the naivety and inexperience and making mistakes that you'll get from youngsters, and we forget, Chris, that Mark Gillespie's still one, and that's the sort that he'll probably need to learn to stay on his line for as his career develops.
Yeah, I'm all for goalkeepers, who are confident enough to come off the line. There's nothing better for you. But, he's come out there and, missed it by a bit of a margin there. Taylor's headed it, was it post?
Angle of bar and post, I think, just right off the angle. Tight angle for him to get it on target. Would have been some header. Got a ball back with the goalkeeper, almost caught out there. Songo and Eastwood taking a bit of a chance because Lewis Guy almost caught them. I can't wait. I really want Lewis to get an early goal in his career. He'll need it, won't he? It'll be a real springboard for him. Maybe Blackburn will oblige tonight, but at the moment they're coming forwards and they're trying not to oblige Carlisle, and they're playing some neat stuff. And Noble's trying to really boisterously go off after people, but they're just passing it around the Carlisle midfield. And their players are all over. They've got no set position. That's a good tackle though from Potts. Now Noble onto it. Can feed it forwards now for Gillies to break. And he's got space and he's been encouraged forwards. And he wants to play it into Lewis Guy, but he's straight offside. And the ball wasn't right anyway. It was too late from Gillies there. Needed to play that earlier. He'd had the point from Guy twice. And when he did actually play it, he'd have been offside anyway. But still, warm applause from the Carlisle fans for the endeavour from their players.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the bench. They're asking, I think it's Reece James, is he all right there? And Patrick Bruce ran out to get, warmed up there. I wonder if there's a problem.
Dreadful touch there from Jan Songo, and then surely he's tugged down Lewis Guy, and he has. And he's trying to take the free kick early, and Songo risked the free kick there by just turning around and standing right in the way of the free kick. But maybe that's one of those nasty things there. Surely Lewis Guy should have rattled that against his shins there to get him booked. Well, that's the sort of thing we're talking about, isn't it? Nice lad, Lewis Guy. Whack it against his shins. He's booked next time you run at him. He's got to think twice.
You're not going to see him tomorrow.
Exactly.
Good ball in again.
Free kick in
Gillies.
towards ball from Gillies. Goalkeeper's got a flap at it. Keeps it in play, actually. Danny Livesey picks it up over by the corner flag. He's flicked it back over his marker's head. It was nearly Paul Gascoigne stuff that from Danny Livesey, and in the end he's got the throw in. If he's trying that, anything's possible tonight, Chris.
Well, just shows the confidence must be running through the team, doesn't it? As you say, he's trying to flick it over the lad's head there.
Shades of Gaza against Hendry at Euro 96 there, the way he tried to lift that back over the defender's head. Didn't quite pull it off, mind. Carlisle with a throw-in, midway inside the Blackburn half on the right. To Amu, the United goal scorer. Carlisle leading if you're just joining us. On the right-hand side, Potts just trying to keep the ball in play. Gets the throw-in for the Cumbrians. Barrett trying to give him an option. Not a great deal of movement elsewhere, so goes down the line to Amu again. He's been an outlet for Carlisle all night, and he really fancies himself here against Olsen. Can he get the corner? What's he got? Oh, he's really unluckily got a throw-in by the corner flag. It went out via the corner flag. He's trying to say, come on, linesman, that was a corner, but it is a throw-in. That's the decision, and in it comes. Beck trying to flick it on. Headed away by the defence. Berwick gathers, half volley over the bar. Only just stayed in the Waterworks end, let alone going into the Waterworks end goal. But still, another attempt on goal for United. Yeah,
not the best of shots, but the ball's bouncing around that edge of the box, and who's first to it? A Carlisle player, and that's what we need. Usually better technique from James there, but at least he's in there and showing the desire and determination to get that. And much better performance this half.
A bit rushed, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, definitely having a long word with Brough there.
Yeah, Patrick Brough might be having to come on at left back here, and this is a guy who's still a youth team player. This would be an amazing opportunity for him, but clearly they see something in him. Headed away for Carlisle as Blackburn look to come forwards. James is clearly struggling, so it looks like that change will come sooner rather than later as Berwick nods it upfield. Blackburn gather it just in their half with Givet. Down the left-hand side as Blackburn look to come at Carlisle, maybe sensing that they've got an injury in there, and this is their moment to strike. Ball into the area, great running, great defending from Brad Potts. That was tremendous stuff, and he gets a high five off Paul Thirlwell for that. King was maybe a yard ahead of him. He went shoulder to shoulder and he wrestled him out of the way and just nudged him off his balance and allowed the ball back to Gillespie. Yeah. That's probably goal saving.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's what tonight I've noticed about Brad Potts. His position has been a lot better.
No ball up to Lewis Guy here. Oh, tried the first time lay off to Mark Beck, who's gone and won it back. He's only gone and won it back there as Beck. And Reece James should be able to win the throw in here. Oh, it stayed in play. That was unfortunate for Carlisle. Good scrapping back here. Really good scrapping back from Josh Gillies. Then Barrett. Lewis Guy turns in possession. On to Noble. Down the line to Beck, who just got the ball under his spell and then gets the free kick. I tell you what, he's never 19, is he? Yeah. He's starting to look the part.
Of this performance, give him a run. Give him 8 games and say, look, son, you're my number one. Go in there and get them goals, and that'll give him the confidence to keep playing like this.
Well, if he can play like this, then Lee Miller's got to earn his way back in.
But not a problem, and I don't think Lee Miller will have a problem with that either. That's what football's all about.
Free kick to Carlisle, won by Beck's tricky footwork. Into the area it goes, and Moo gets the head on goal just wide of the back post. Gillies flighted ball in there, and Moo once again managing to evade his marker, and it looks like the change is coming. And youth team player Patrick Brough will be coming on, and we think for Reece James. And by the way, that booing you're hearing is not booing, it's the fans shouting David and Moo's name.
It's good there, Cav having a good laugh with Brough there. Shaky legs, butterflies in the stomach, mouth dry. He'll be coming on, and he'll remember this for the rest of his life. He deserves it as well. Done really well pre-season.
He certainly has, but this is the big boys league, Chris.
Yep, it's
a big test for him. Let's see what he's got, because he's coming on for Carlisle United, a youth team player. What a wonderful story it is for Patrick Brough. But here come Blackburn before he's come on. Reece James still struggling with the injury. Down the line, they're in on the left-hand side. David Dunn breaking in. There's a man at the back post if Dunn can pick him out. Little side rule pass. Great defending there from James. Is it Reece James who's got back in there, despite his injury, to block the run of Joshua King there. And once again, when it looked like King was about to pull the trigger, Carlisle have closed the door. And they're looking to bring on Patrick Brough. What will be going through that young man's mind right now?
It'll be, who am I marking? Just don't give the ball away, don't make any mistakes. But, he'll be nervous, but he'll go on for a few minutes, get in at half-time, calm himself down, and be looking forward to getting back out there.
Will it be that, or will it be,
Bit of both.
Bit of both. Ball forwards, looking for Beck, goes after it, wins it back. Now
Great
looking
pass.
for Lewis Guy, inside left
Take him
position,
on.
going into the area.
Take him
Beck's
on.
arriving, slides it back, chance for Noble,
I
drills it
didn't
wide.
believe
Didn't get hold of it, didn't get it right. Took it first time, to his credit, but didn't quite get the right connection. Great play from Carlisle, and it is Reece James coming off with an injury for Carlisle, and it's this chance for Patrick Brough. It's a blow to Carlisle. It's a Manchester United lone player off injured, but you're almost the bigger story. Well, it is.
Yeah.
It's this young lad getting his chance.
Yeah, just going back.
Professional football debut for Patrick Brough, and he's not even a professional footballer yet.
You can see it now, can't he? Yeah, and he wins his first header hit in there.
There you go, and he's going to get a cheer for everything he does as Lewis Guy brings the ball down. First time punt forward from Noble. A bit like that shot moments ago.
Yeah, the shot before, he looked, he was looking around who was around him. If a defender was coming, probably took his eye off the ball a bit. Didn't really believe, did he? But I was telling Guy to get at his man, but he ended up picking a great ball out for Noble. But there was a chance for Lewis Guy to go at him.
Notts County now lead Fleetwood
Well
by
done,
2
James.
goals to 1 as James Barrett lunges in and wins his tackle. Ball forwards, Livesey being held up by Dunn. Dunn just trying to get forwards. Livesey forced him back into the Blackburn half. Gillies with an interception, can turn and break away, gives it to Patrick Brough. Let's see what the youngster can do. Just
Good lad.
punts it forwards looking for Lewis Guy. Just about wins his header there. What a ball, someone shouts in front of us. Encouragement of plenty for Brough as Blackburn try to break here. Liam Noble's got his defensive tackling. Oh, he's caught his man a bit there. You see, I think he was fouled actually there, Noble. I think his shirt was tugged by the Blackburn man before he then pulled him down.
Yeah, you've got to realise the pace and power of some of the players, haven't you? And, you know, I agree. I think Liam was pulled back a bit, made the tackle, and just, a little nick, and it probably was a free kick.
So tonight in the League Cup, the underdogs in 2 of the ties have led and are now behind, but not so here. Carlisle lead Blackburn by 1-0, and we're into the final minute of this first half. Be a cruel time for Blackburn to equalise, and they have the chance with this free kick. It's about 15 yards outside the area on the right. You'd think it'd have to be a ball into the back post. Tom Kearney to take it. The young Scottish midfielder loads it up, then goes for the penalty spot, looking for the flick in there. Gillespie will have to come. Surely he's been fouled. Yes, he has. Jan Songo, no eyes for the ball whatsoever, just stuck his considerable rump into the side of Mark Gillespie and conceded the free kick. I've thrown you there, haven't I?
Lent in there, Gillespie's got the free kick, but it was good to see him coming out off his line again, after he missed the one before. So good confidence from him, and good half from Carlisle.
This is what we were gagging for on Saturday. A really good effort from Carlisle. There'll be 1 minute of time added on, and we're at the end of the 45 now. And Carlisle United lead 1-0. They've got a minute to negotiate before they can have a little calm down in the changing room at half-time. Just hang on in there, Carlisle. They lead Blackburn of the Championship, of the Venky's money, of the Premier League title in recent years. Well, recent-ish. I think it's 18 years ago now, isn't it? It's seemed that long. It's Alan Shearer helped them do that. Here they come though at Carlisle, closing stages of the first half. Olsen after it, and Moog giving chase, trying to stop him, really tangling with him. Cross will come in from that far side of the area, looking back post. There's a man in there. The header comes off the Blackburn man. It's David Dunn, and it is a goal kick to Carlisle, and that should about do it.
Yeah, Josh Gillies getting back in there, learning from before, wasn't he? Helping out his defence and tracking Dunn all the way. And as I said, this is what we were desperate for, weren't we, Saturday?
So much better, Chris.
So much better.
It's different. It might as well be a different world.
It's not about the football and things like that. It's about the passion they're showing and the determination. And you can see they've had a rocket up them, and you can see that they've let themselves down. And they're not just doing it for Greg because he told them what to do. You can tell the professional pride's hurting.
Oh, but Blackburn are breaking forwards here. They've still got quality. Picked out to Kane on the right-hand side of the area. Gets the cross in. Charged down by Potts, and that's half time. Potts has come all the way over to right back. Oh, it's not. I beg your pardon, it's not Potts. Looks like him. It's Patrick Brough, and he's getting all sorts of applause from the paddock. He's giving thumbs up to a couple of people as he's gone past there. He's just blocked a cross there from a Chelsea fullback who was beyond him, and he caught him and stopped him getting his cross into the area at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I think anything he does today, he'll get, a lot of credit. I mean, you see the people what we hear about, the big players, Jack Lynch,
I'll tell you what, just got to mention this. Eric Kinder, who's with the Blackburn party, he's just come off the Blackburn bench and given him a high five there. That's a nice moment.
I think Eric needs to realise he's left Carlisle, from what I'm hearing. There's calls every day going into the club. He can't let it go. He's driving up. I think he needs to either admit defeat and come back, or just let it go. But as I say, you hear about the Alex Salmons and the Lynches and the Josh Todds, and then someone always just creeps up and behind them, and makes a career for themselves, and that will be rough this season. And they'll be buzzing for him, the young lads, but they'll be jealous as hell as well, and they're sure they should be, because he's going out there tonight and he's got a real chance to make a name for himself.
BBC Radio Cumbria Sport.
Well, it's not been a bad night so far for Carlisle United. They lead Blackburn of the Championship by a 1-0.
Let's keep playing the way we are, getting Blackburn on the back foot at times, and Blackburn are definitely going to have a lot of possession at times and a bit of the play, but we've just got to be patient. The lads will be patient. It's just about the crowd as well, not getting onto them, and just seeing that we've got to dig it out at times. Yeah,
and they certainly have. In the second half then, we're underway. Carlisle going towards that Warwick Road end and looking to maybe find a second goal. Is it getting a bit dark out there? I can't see if the floodlights are on. It just seems a little bit...
Yeah, they're on.
It's going just a little bit grey out there, trying to look over to the far side of the pitch. Blackburn then, well, it's all on them to try and change things around. They've made a change at the break. Alex Marrow, he's one of the players they brought in with high hopes this season, Chris. He played in the season opener and he's played again tonight, but he's the man who sacrificed at half-time.
Yeah, I thought he was doing all right. He's one of the bright sparks. It could be an injury, might not. Might just be, shuffling the pack. And I don't mind them bringing on a midfielder, because they've got some dangerous players on that bench, and one of them's going to miss out now.
He's a younger player, Jason Lowe, than Marrow, but he's one of their rising stars, I think, and he'll come in and anchor that midfield as well.
21, wasn't he? And played in that tournament in the summer.
I was definitely scouting Blackburn, watching them at the weekend, and after watching Grant Hanley roughing Derby players up left, right and centre, I'm delighted he's not in the squad, because he's an animal.
Yeah, I think
a good animal, but
Tommy
an animal.
Spur as well. I think he's up here, travelled, but they're just, rested.
So Blackburn in the opening stages of this second half, looking to try and dictate possession, but doing it in a sort of inoffensive areas at the moment, just on their own halfway line, and back into their final third. But they're looking to break forwards here. Strong tackle from Livesey, and I think that's come off the Blackburn man as well, and it's a throw into Carlisle halfway out on the left, and their first real chance to get a foot on the ball.
Yeah, Blackburn might have came up with it not being that important to them, but when you see the numbers the supporters have travelled in, I think they've got every right to up the game now and put on a performance for them. Yeah, you can't use this as a development match, can you, for those fans on the far side there. Strong tackle from Paul Thurwell was a good one, but Danny Livesey had already fouled David Dunn, so free kick to Blackburn. Middle of the Carlisle half, straight back underway. Kenny out to the left hand side here, and young fullback Morris. Strong tackle from Amu, wins it. Can he keep it? Morris just got a toe on to send it back to his goalkeeper. And one of the things I really enjoyed in that first half was seeing Amu and Beck for Carlisle chasing lost causes and winning the ball. A couple of times people played the ball to Beck and it went to the Blackburn man, and he came and won it off them rather than throwing his arms up and saying you didn't find me. Yeah, exactly, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's all the supporters want to see. They want to see people giving their all. Speaking of fans, I've had a text from one saying keep the scores coming because the scoreboard is goosed. Well, the only one you really need to know about is that Carlisle are winning 1-0, but I suppose you might be interested to know it's Leeds 2, Chesterfield 1, and Notts County 2, Fleetwood 1. Meanwhile, Celtic have gone through in the Champions League tonight. 1-0 on aggregate against Elfsborg after a 0-0 draw there. That's Sweden, isn't it, Elfsborg? You'll know this, you're a correct football weirdo like me who grew up watching every European Cup qualifier when you were younger, no doubt. Ball forwards for Blackburn, headed away by Thurwell. Onto it in the midfield of Blackburn, but they can't quite get it under control. It's lumped forwards, and Carlisle send it back with interest, but that can't quite get there before it's out for a throw-in. I think we were a bit different. You were with your Panini sticker book, and I was going on trial to Highbury and Anfield. And that.
And West Ham, don't forget that one.
No, I won't, but...
A little trial there as well. Little training session or two with Rio, was it?
And Mickey Carrick. And he got bombed out, actually. They wanted to sign his brother, that's why they took him back. And look at him now,
Yeah, that was a good decision. Blackburn, I wonder how many times Harry Redknapp signed him since then, actually. On the left-hand side here, Blackburn looking to have a bit of a go at Carlisle United. Kearney on the ball as well. Back into defence, though, and Carlisle have forced them back. Guy gives chase. The goalkeeper's already shown he's not the best off the floor, and they're playing it with danger here. Oh, Guy almost tackled Gibe there. Couldn't quite. And Blackburn are looking to break in the midfield. This is good running. This is very good running from them. Joshua King on it, trying to slide the ball in. Paul Thirlwell, what experience and what a turn. Splendid play from United's captain. Now Lewis Guy might try and link up with Beck. Always turned into trouble. Guy there, and then he's been bundled over, but I think he probably had lost the ball and knew it. And out to the right with Taylor for Blackburn, trying to find his way past Carlisle's young fullback Brough. He'll try and get past him. He's got the cross in. Thirlwell's headed it clear. Gathered though. Kearney might fancy the shot. Again turns it down on his left and elects to pass. Gives it to Dunn. It goes out to that right-hand side, looking to find a way into the area. Taylor pass. Brough, he gets the block in. Good tackle, young man. And it's a corner to Blackburn.
Yeah, just that little bit from there. He's not just the defensive bit, but what about the quality of the ball into Lewis Guy? That's what we've missed. You know, we tend to just shell it up there and expect Miller or Beck or Lewis Guy to control it in the throat. That was a ball right into his feet.
I think he could do this week in, week out in League One. Anyway, hold that thought. Blackburn corner, it's a good one. Fizzed in towards goal. Gillespie lost the flight of it. Songo should have done better. Almost free header there. I think he was as surprised as anyone that the goalkeeper lost that. And he probably should have equalised for Blackburn.
Yeah, he didn't look comfortable, did he, Mark? Again, come out and missed it by a fair whack. And Songo's just got to let it hit his head, really. And, you know, he's put too much on it and over the bar. But Mark Gillespie's just got to get his bearings a little bit.
That was a huge chance, Chris.
Yeah, it was. You know, should have took the opportunity there, Blackburn, and probably should have been level.
I must confess, I've written down of all the players. Oh, that's a good ball forwards here for Blackburn. King, left-hand side, driving forwards. Blackburn have got runners going into the penalty area. King just holds up play, tries to get past Thirlwell, does, keeps it in at the byline, gets it square. Good clearance away by Livesey. Kearney gathers, now he might shoot. Fizzed in, deflection, and it's gone in. And Blackburn equalised, and it's very fortunate. He hasn't shot all evening as Kearney, but he's finally taken one on. It's a horrible deflection. Gillespie no chance, even though he got a hand on it. Couldn't do enough. Into the corner it went, and we're all square. 51st minute, Carlisle 1, Blackburn 1.
I'm going to give you a positive here. Not just the fan. For once, you know, Thur being in defence, he shows how much a clean sheet he wanted. He's turned around. I know Brad Potter's a young lad, and they've absolutely hammered him. And he said, "Come on, you've got to do better than that."
He's still looking at him now, isn't he? Glaring.
And you know, he's went on at him, and now he's saying, "Look, Brad, let's do this properly." You know, you have that little shout at him, and then you just go up to him in a couple of minutes' time and say, "Look, come on, we know you're better than that." But you know, it has come from that left side. It danced past them a little bit too easy, and then the balls came in and squirmed past Mark Gillespie after a little defence.
Barrett breaking forwards here, works it onto his right, digs out the shot. Oh, only just wide. He's trying it from range there. If Kearney can do it, why not James Barrett? And that had the goalkeeper scrambling, but just wide this time.
Yeah, again, you know, not body language much better from the the kick-off. Got themselves the ball forward. Beck again causing a bit of hassle. Onto the second ball was James Barrett. Got it out his feet. No thoughts of little 5-yard passes. Getting his shot off. That's his second shot of the night. Two seasons ago we were counting 6 and 7 shots from James, so that's what we want to see again.
Yeah, let's see a bit more agonising way to concede the equaliser. That for Carlisle. King trying to break forwards. Oh, that's a penalty. That's a wild tackle. It is a penalty. Thirlwell's trying to claim it was outside the area, but it wasn't. It was really wild. King was going sort of, not really direct on goal. It didn't need to be made that, and it's a really silly penalty to have conceded, and Blackburn have the chance to go 2-1 up. Yeah,
not put a foot wrong, has he really, Fern? Probably just got carried away. I think the anger was still in him from the goal, maybe. He just wanted to, take that frustration out. To be fair, I've said it before, they just knock the ball past you at the last moment, don't they, when they're a little bit higher level. You think you've got it. Straight run up from Dunn there, looking straight at Mark Gillespie, so it's going to be hard for him to go to his right to get his body shape.
Here comes Dunn. Saved! Cleared! And turned behind by Brough. Gillespie saves it. It was a straight run up and it didn't fool Mark Gillespie, and Dunn turns down the chance to put Blackburn ahead. And could that be a turning point in this game again for Carlisle?
Yeah, too casual, wasn't he? They said if he's going to go the other side, he's got to open his body out, and that'll give Mark Gillespie the chance to go that way, and that's exactly what happened. A comfortable save in the end.
Really was a good save. Brough cleared in towards goal, and Moog clears at the end. He gave Carlisle United the lead earlier in this game. Blackburn coming again. Oh, they might just keep this in play. No, they haven't. It's a throw into Carlisle and a chance to relieve the pressure. There should be 2-1 down, maybe even 3-1 down with that Songo header missed before they equalised. Carlisle, though, still level in this match and still all to play for.
Yep. You know, well done, Mark Gillespie. Had a shaky night, we've got to admit. You know, not got his crosses right. Redeemed himself there, and he'll gain confidence from that, just like the rest of the team have been gaining confidence from the tackles, etc., their shots.
Well, before Blackburn scored, 2 moments that they had were all sort of Mark Gillespie's making, really. And he's really made up for it with that penalty save, Chris.
Yeah, he has.
What's the referee doing here?
As I say, you'd expect him to save it, wouldn't you? The kick, but he's got to go the right way. Just, you know, it's straight run up, not the best defence. If you go the right way, you save it, and he did, and he pushed it wide, so there was no follow-up, so well done.
Lovely ball from low out to Taylor on that right wing, trying to find his way into the area. His man's surely gone offside there, so Taylor will have to try and take Brough on. Has he got past him? Another good tackle from Patrick Brough. It's like Roy of the Rovers stuff, this. This is a youth team player. They've got Matt Robson injured, Reece James in on loan, he's gone off injured. Other left-sided options have dried up, no Peter Murphy these days. They've brought a kid on, and he's stopping Chris Taylor of the Championship.
Yeah, just got to learn. So brilliant for him. His first, he's just got to get the tackle in earlier, though, because it's getting to the byline a bit too much, and it's always conceding the corner. As he gets older and more experienced, he'll get the tackle in a bit earlier, but brilliant what he's doing.
Howie, give him a break.
Yeah, just got to say it the way I say it.
Of course.
You get a bit too excited.
Oh, the referee there. He's got the ball on the edge of the area, and he's tried to kick it out to the corner flag on the far side. It was 20 yards wide.
That's why he's a ref, last pick at school.
It is, isn't it? Dear me. Anyway, here comes the Blackburn corner in towards goal, into the back post. Oh, and headed in. A free header for Chris Taylor, who was picking him up.
Barrett.
It landed at the back post, and it was so free. You wonder if the goalkeeper could have come for it as well, but he was not picked up by Barrett, and Taylor scores, and Blackburn do have the lead. For all the drama here in the 56 minutes, it's Carlisle 1, Blackburn 2.
Yeah, you know, the ball was brilliant, but it was across that 6-yard line, maybe because what's happened in the past of this game. Gillespie decided not to come, but you still got to bank on your defenders doing the job, and Taylor's hung there for a while over Barrett. You know, you've got to say a good header into the corner. Should there be a man on the post?
Well, should there be a man on the post, but should it be so easy to win that header over James Barrett? He's bigger than Barrett, and he jumps well. We've already said that. Only so much you can do. Only so much you can do, I suppose, sometimes, but was there more? Anyway, Carlisle, they've got to respond. It was 0-0 earlier, and they took the lead, so there's no reason why they can't get back level. If they were level, by the way, it's extra time and penalties on the night in the League Cup. No replays in this competition. It would all happen this evening as Barrett passes the ball widely out of midfield and out for a Blackburn throw-in on the left-hand side.
Big test for Carlisle now. Been here before Saturday. Body language not good enough. Tonight a better performance. Crowd are still firmly behind them. Just got to keep the. You know, it looks like the body language is a lot better as well, but just got to stick in.
Look, what a ball that is from David Dunn out to the right flank. Absolutely wonderful ball. Into space for Taylor. Trying to get past Gillies this time. Brough with another man. Taylor gets that cross in towards the back post. Olsen's there. Just about won away Brad Potts. And Moo sends it further on for Potts to get onto the return ball. Clip forwards in search of Lewis Guy. Surely that's a foul, referee. He tried to take it on his chest, and Gal Givet just jumped into the back of him. And that's somehow not a foul to the striker. Got nowhere near the ball, the Frenchman there. I can't see how that's not a free kick. Well, Chris isn't convinced, so I'll leave it. Little flick on there from King, but goes through to goalkeeper Gillespie. Breached twice in 5 minutes there by Kenny, and he saved a penalty in between.
Yeah, not seen much of Beck's second half, have we? That's a great little header, though.
Little head down to Gillies on the left flank. Carlisle have been more of a defensive unit in the second half, and at times Blackburn have found them wanting. As Taylor plays the ball off the Carlisle man on the far flank and earns the goal kick with some experience play. Yeah,
the thing is, when Gillies, they're desperate for the midfielders to give them the ball, and we've not seen really much of Noble and Barrett this half. I think the midfielder took over a little bit, Blackburn.
You know, it's nice to see down there Graham Kavanagh up alongside Greg Abbott, because he was very lonely in that technical area, wasn't he, on Saturday? He was just on his own up there, no support really. I mean, I suppose he'd been getting it from within the dugout, but sometimes it's nice to see it as well as know it's there, and it's there with him tonight from Graham Kavanagh as Blackburn come forwards into the Carlisle half, breaking with fullback Morris. David Dunn with a nice ball around the corner to Olsen. He fancies the run here at Potts, trying to get past him. I think Potts is going to stop the cross, and he just about has. little layoff, and it's cleared forwards by Barrett for Carlisle. Beck couldn't quite win the header off Givet. Big, strong, towering leap from the Frenchman. Done with a disguised pass. Kenny with a nutmeg on Beck, and lovely ball from low out to the right side. Suddenly they're playing some great stuff here, Blackburn. They're looking the good side that they are, trying to get the cross in. Here it comes. Gillespie needs to win this, and did well there, as Josh King just jumped straight into him. I think he's a little bit hurt his foot in taking that ball, but he'll play on. Just watch if there's a wince after this clearance now. I think he's all right. Up in search of Beck, wins his header, and then barged in the back again. And still the linesman, the referee giving Carlisle not a great deal on those things. Songo and Givet are combative defenders, definitely. They're being allowed a little bit too much latitude by the official to bully Carlisle's forwards.
Well, they shouldn't be getting bullied then. You know, we give as good as we get, then
bully
go
back
up against them, exactly. Show no respect to them.
Don't be so nice to them. Don't be a nice loser.
We're a nice team. We've got to be a bit nasty.
On the left-hand side then, Blackburn looking to try and find a way past Carlisle once more. Kenny, who's having more of an influence in that midfield. Very talented young midfielder. Morris, the left-back, plays it across to Songo. Maybe should have scored when Carlisle were leading 1-0, but since then Blackburn have bagged twice and lead 2-1 on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport as we pass the hour mark, Chris, and work to do if United want to continue in the League Cup this season and have another famous upset perhaps.
Yeah, we're still in this game, make no mistake about it, we're still in it, but Blackburn, as I say, would have the spell and they're having it now, but now we've got a chance.
Chance to break forwards, out to the left-hand side. Gillies running onto it, back in the area. Gillies has earned a corner. He was closed down by the defender. All he could do was get the corner, and that's what he got. So in all three League Cup ties, the underdogs took the lead tonight, but are currently trailing 2-1. Blackburn leads and Notts County leading Carlisle, Chesterfield and Fleetwood. But there still may be an upset on this evening. Here comes the Gillies corner, looking maybe for a move in there once more. Beck after it at the back post, heads it square, brought down, and Blackburn should clear. Oh no, Beck's won the ball back, chance to get it in, crosses back post, it's in! Carlisle lead, and it's Lewis Guy and Carlisle United. What about that? It's 2-2, it's not the lead, rather, I beg your pardon. They are level, I mean, getting excited myself. 2-2 the score. Lewis Guy opens his account for Carlisle United, but Beck won the ball off Olsen, who was too cocky, to be honest, bringing it out to defence, crossed it in, and Guy couldn't miss and didn't. Carlisle 2, Blackburn 2.
What a goal from ball from Beck. You know, he's won the ball back and he's just flighted it right into Guy's, you know, head, and he can't miss really. The keeper's got a little bit on it, but brilliant to see it go over that line. And it was just what I said, wasn't it? Overconfidence from Olsen trying to dribble that past Beck. And how many times has Beck tackled people today? Got in with the tackles, Mark Beck. Well, I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. I can't even keep the score straight. I got that excited during the equaliser. 2-2 for Carlisle. Can they go on now and steal? Can they cause the upset? Can they be the banana skin to Blackburn? Dunn on the ball. He wants to force the issue. That's a lovely ball out to the right-hand side. Kane will pick it up at right back. They've got men in the penalty area, Blackburn. Kane crosses. In it comes. King's free. Good defending. Still alive with Olsen. Shot from the edge. Over the bar. Over the Warwick Road ends. And into the River Eden from David Dunn. Yeah, you know, you're going to be under pressure, that's what I mean, but Potts has got in the right position there, forced the ball out, and they've made them shoot from distance. You know, the balls went out to Dunn, the ball squeezed out, tried to block it, and made him put his shot high and wide. So 2-2 on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. The attendance tonight, 4,372, so a dip from the weekend. No surprise perhaps after a 5-1 defeat. And also, I'm sure that attendance has been upped by the Blackburn fans here this evening, Chris. But those who have turned out to watch United, well, they can't help but be enjoying this. They really can't, as David Dunn gives the ball away. That's a collector's item. And then slackness in midfield from Noble. And a foul as well. Good play from Liam Noble there. You know, last season he's probably going to go over the top of the ball there and make a big tackle. But, you know, he stepped out the way. Loose touch, puts his hand up, gets on with it, no booking or anything. Taylor driving forwards, has support from Kane on the right, swivels back, trying to maybe leave one onto his left. Dunn fancies the shot from the edge, keeps on running, good footwork, gets it to King, back with Dunn, elegant feet in the area, passes it back out to the left. Morris crosses, Gillespie should
Gather, doesn't, punches, comes back in from the right. Kane, does he get there? No, it's a goal kick to Carlisle. Pressure relieved. 64th minute comes and goes, and Carlisle are level with Blackburn Rovers on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. 2-2.
Still plenty of time left, isn't it? You know, we've had everything at the minute.
Even if they go on to lose, and we hope they don't, Chris, this is something that the fans can build on, isn't it? This is the performance Saturday needed. And even if they'd have lost that, it's just the manner in which they lost it. Guy brings the ball down now. Bit about him now, he's got his goal. To Gillies on the left-hand side. Fancies a run at the Blackburn fullback. Gets the cross in, back after it. Just didn't quite have the right vector on the ball in, and the goalkeeper gathered at his near post.
Still gets the ball in, even when there's a man in front of them. Got the ability to wrap his foot round that ball.
Proof that you don't need to beat the fullback. And they're coming forwards now, low out to the right-hand side. Taylor will try and have a run at Brough. Instead, passes it on to Lowe's, continued his run. Berrett's gone with him, dug back. Olsen trying to get onto it, edge of the area, trying to find somebody to pass it off to, and does. Out to King on the left-hand side. Carlisle have got to go with their runners here. Blackburn looking to tease an opening on the edge of the area. Carlisle camped there, clipped in towards goal. King after it, pots in with a defensive header, fouled as he does so. And even though Dunn thrashes it into the back of the net for the second time tonight, like the first, it doesn't count because the whistle had already gone for a Carlisle free kick.
That's the position Brad needs to be in. You know, looking along the line, he doesn't want to play the offside that time, so he goes and challenges him.
I'm so proud. Sorry, Chris, I'm so proud looking at Notts County 2, Fleetwood 1, Leeds 2, Chesterfield 1, but now Carlisle 2, Blackburn 2.
Yeah, we were seeing some great results last night, so, you know, you couldn't think that nothing was going to we couldn't get anything out this game. I didn't want us just to say the pressure's not on us. I wanted pressure on them from the lads themselves, and they're certainly producing.
Yeah, they are, as Noble sends it forwards. Guy gives chase. Chivet heads and does well to pick out Morris, and Moo looking to pick his pocket. Beck going chasing after the goalkeeper, obstructed by Songo, cleverly more than illegally. Taylor gathers. Patrick Brough comes very shallow to try and take the ball off him, and it actually almost sets up the counter-attack for Blackburn. In fact, it has, with Todd Kane coming forwards. On the left-hand side now, breaking once more. Morris, the overlapping fullback, fancies maybe the shot, gets the ball into the back post, and Kenny slips as he plays his shot and dumps himself down to the turf, and the ball into the White Road end, rather the waterworks, and it's a goal kick to Carlisle.
Going to be a good player, Todd Kane, on the right back for Blackburn.
Yeah, he is. You can see it. Only 19, on loan here in the Championship. One of the big clubs, the pretenders to the Premier League throne, really, aren't they? They're one who really think they should be up there, and they've borrowed him at 19 off Chelsea. You can't help thinking he's got a chance. News today, Chris, David Luiz, £35 million bid from Barcelona.
Yeah, good player. He'll probably be interested in that. Or does he want to stay with Mourinho?
Well, I think Mourinho will want to keep him because he's one of the most talented Brazilian players, even if he doesn't always look a defender, but he's wonderful to watch. Lewis Guy might just get onto a sneaky ball forwards here for Carlisle. That was slack defending from Blackburn. On such things, the giant killings happen because Carlisle are breaking with Noble, but then his ball is poor, but Carlisle win it back. More slack play from Blackburn, and Moo with a chance to cross, running at his man, opens the space, gets the ball in, but good block there from the fullback on this near side, Josh Morris. Another young lad having a go for Blackburn. Potts gives it into Berrett, flick round the corner, Potts gives chase, going after it, Blackburn clear. Livesey's got to be careful here, he's waited for the ball and the break could be on. Livesey, well, he's allowed Joshua King to break forwards here. Great pace from the former Manchester United man. Thirlwell trying to close the door, greedy from King. Carlisle managed to thwart them at the first attempt, but they're forwards again. King after it, crosses in, dreadful. Two really poor decisions there from King. But you have to say a poor one from Danny Livesey, actually.
Yeah, it was.
Allowed him in behind him.
Great pace, wasn't it?
Oh,
no
he
one
is
was
fast.
catching him, but we can see he's probably just all pace because his decision making's not the best. There he is.
Touch from Beck. He's got the chance. Might drill it on his left. Does. Deflects. Oh, and the goalkeeper managed to adjust. Oh dear. Well, we're going to see it all tonight, I suspect. Wouldn't surprise me if this didn't go to penalties. This game's got a bit of everything. But what it has got, the element that we're really keen on, is it's got a really gutsy effort from your Carlisle United. Livesey heads it upfield as Blackburn send it forwards. Throw in to the visitors, 2-2. They've trailed and led, but Carlisle have pegged them back here. On BBC Radio Cumbria Sport, 69th minute, 21 plus change to go of the 90. Can Carlisle keep Rovers at arm's length? And can they do more than that? Can they pick their pockets and find their way ahead again? Cleared forwards, one for Livesey to deal with. Does. Sends it back upfield. Oh, good touch. Amu's won the throw-in though. It was a good touch there, but Amu was quick. Morris brought that down well. It wasn't as if he'd lost control of it, but Amu was just too quick.
Yeah. Needs to stay in their faces. Exactly. That's what happens when Blackburn players do it. What are Bradford City? No disrespect, but players like that gonna do?
Exactly. Barrett. Oh, well, I thought that was a Carlisle throw-in. So did all the Carlisle players, but the officials have given it Blackburn and told them now to go 10 yards back down the pitch, which they have. 20 to go. 2-2. Low on the ball. England under 21 brought on in the second half to try and harden up that Rovers midfield after Carlisle had dominated, and I have to say it's begun to work in this second half. Givet trying to bring it out to defence for their visitors. Morris under a bit of pressure. Back inside to Ken. He takes a risk trying to take Barrett on, and it almost broke there for Lewis Guy. But in the end, Blackburn just about deal with it. Kane has it on the right. Nice ball down the line to Taylor. Patrick Brough, though, takes it off him and gives it him back. And Blackburn keep it on that right touchline. Infield to Lowe again, just moving it around. Lowe and Kearney are having a lot of influence in that central midfield role, and Kearney gets it off Lowe now. Has support from Morris down this left-hand side, although Amu's trying to cut off that option. Just a little potted pass to David Dunn.
All right shape.
Carlisle are just keeping Blackburn at arm's length, but when they explode into life, they have the quality to open doors that weren't previously there.
That's all right. You just got to track runners, and everyone at the minute is not letting a runner go.
Low ball out to the right-hand side. Oh, he's found Taylor in a bit of space to get his cross in. He's nutmegged his man. He's going into the area, and Danny Livesey has headed it behind, and it's a corner to Blackburn. But welcome to the big boy stuff there. Patrick Brough nutmegged by Chris Taylor.
Yeah, he done enough to get over there, didn't he? Good shape, but good bit of skill from Taylor, and then a great ball in, and Livesey, got himself in a good position.
Hard on Brough that there, because it looked like Taylor was going to cross. He tried to throw himself to block the cross, and that just allowed Taylor to nutmeg him.
Yeah, it'll be a massive, increase in level of what Brough's used to.
Staggering increase. He's holding his own out there at the moment, but here comes the Blackburn corner, whipped in at goal. Gillespie's come and taken this one like we're used to him doing. Been one or two punches and flats from Gillespie tonight. Now there could be a chance here to pick out Potts. Oh, not seen by Noble. On that left-hand side, and Moo sort of switch flanks as he breaks away from the corner for Carlisle. Brough, slightly heavy touch, gives it down the line looking for Moo, who's turned his man. I think the Blackburn fullback will get there in front of him though. And they've shown some real quality tonight to Blackburn, in fairness to them. They played their part in this fixture, but at the moment that part's only seen them level at 2-2 with Carlisle in the 72nd minute. King goes after the ball. Should have had more of an influence on the game than he has. In fact, it's Olsen who has had an influence. He presented Beck with a chance to cross for the Carlisle equaliser. Middle of the park. Kearney may be thinking about the shot on his left foot. Already tried one that wound up with being a goal. Dig at goal over the bar from Morris. Goal kick Carlisle. When Kearney finally did take the shot on, he got that goal that equalised for Blackburn, but he really does not seem like somebody who likes to have a ping at goal, Chris. And Livesey's now down with a problem. He's holding his hand up to the bench.
His inhaler, Danny, just through certain games.
The referee,
yeah, that's what he needs. He needs his inhaler.
The referee wants him to hurry up, but Danny's down. So with the break in play, the ref let on Neil Dalton to probably administer the inhaler to Danny Livesey. But I suspect that'll mean the referee will make him go off. And Kitman Colt presenting a few drinks to the Carlisle players, who are getting warm applause from the paddock and the rest of Brunton Park. They're all in front there. Beck, starring role. Guy, first goal. Amu, couple of goals now in 2 games for Carlisle. Noble coming in for a talk.
If you leave everything on that pitch, then no one will support you more than the Carlisle supporters.
And they are doing at the moment, aren't they? And there have been mistakes out there tonight, Chris, but honest mistakes when they were trying hard. Yep. Nobody will criticise them for that. Or they might.
Yeah, they will get criticised, but you can take a lot of things into account. You can say, yeah, they are young if they're given everything.
So Livesey is off as we restart, but he'll be allowed on soon. Just hope he's had enough from his inhaler to allow him to sprint back into the centre of the park. As Brough goes herring after the ball, and then he has to track his man back. Oh, he's got to get back there. He's just let his man go, but he has. He's been called back into position by Thirlwell in defence, which is what Thirlwell's in there for. Taylor trying to find a way past Gillies on that far flank. Gillies has thwarted him at first, so Taylor will have to show a bit of skill, and Gillies has dragged him back. And Taylor was looking for that because he'd run out of options, and unfortunately Gillies obliged.
I think it's one of them where Taylor's grabbed, Gillies' shirt, and, a bit of both thinking that he's getting manhandled.
Oh,
the referee stuck it.
Well, what's happening here? He tried to take a quick free kick, it hit the referee, and then the
referee stopped it. He's put his foot out once a game the night after his awful pass before.
If you're wondering what he's talking about, he tried to kick the ball. When they sent a new ball on, he got it, edge of the D, tried to kick it to the corner flag, missed by 20 yards. In fact, when he kicked it for the corner flag, it got further away. Anyway, free kick to Blackburn. Left footer's gone over to take it and swing it into that Carlisle area. It's like a short corner in hockey, this. And it's a good chance for Blackburn to take the lead. 75 on the clock. Big moments these maybe for Carlisle United. 2-2. Here comes the ball drilled. What a save! What a save that is! Tom Kearney went at the near post, tried to catch out Gillespie, and he's had a shaky night tonight, but he was sprightly across to turn that one behind. A really audacious free kick and a very good save from Gillespie.
Yeah, he's got a great left foot, hasn't he? And set up the goal with the corner and scored one, but trying to get him with the eyes there, but well done, Mark Gillespie.
Very aware. Here comes the corner again from Kearney. It's another one whipped in at that back post. I think this one's gone over everyone. Songo's just kept it in play. Olsen will try and get the cross in. King there, he flights it to the back post. They've got men in there and it's well defended by Livesey. Knew Givet was behind him, knew he had to get a touch. Did. Another corner.
Yeah, got to just keep defending like that. They're going to have pressure, as I've said. Just got to grab your man, stick by him, make sure no one lets him go.
2-2 on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport into the last 15 of the 90. There will be extra time and penalties if required as Kearney again sends the ball to the back post. Overhead kick, sort of bicycle technique there from Songo, the centre half. Miles wide in the end, but he was free. He was there to do it, and thankfully he fluffed it.
Yeah, he probably could have brought that down. He's went for the,
came through
spectacular.
Came through the youth ranks. Cameroonian footballer came through the youth ranks at Deportivo. Spell it Zaragoza as Carlisle break forwards here with a move down the right hand side, trying to get the ball into the back post just beyond Lewis Guy. Can Guy keep it in? He can by the corner flag on the far side. Gives it on.
Oh, great
chance,
pass.
Lovely pass. Gillies in. Angles tight.
Goal.
Back off the line. Still the chance is there for Back. Another shot. Oh, down the goalkeeper's throat. Really big moment that for Carlisle. And Blackburn have held out. And now they try and break on the counter while Carlisle look to gather themselves. And they're streaming forwards. Dunn keeps it in play. It's not out despite the protestations. Lovely ball from Dunn to the far side, looking for Taylor. First time on for King into the area, back heel, and who's there to stop that going through to Dunn? Probably for the lead to Blackburn. Patrick Brough.
Yeah, done the right thing, hasn't he? Tracked runners, not got involved ball watching or going towards it. He's made sure he stayed with his runner all the way, but just shows Blackburn from one, clearing off the line to the other, a couple of seconds and they're in on goal.
Notts County 3, Fleetwood 1. Yeah, well, Carlisle are getting their breath back there after going down that end and really going at Blackburn. They almost took the lead. Another ball into the back post over everyone, and that one is behind for a goal kick. Such vicious whip on those balls. Some are going to be hits, some are going to be misses, aren't they?
Yeah, it's good balls in there, isn't it? And, Carlisle there, Mark Gillespie doesn't want to come, so the lads have just got to stay with the runners, and that's what they've done. 4,372 here watching this one on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. They'll be enjoying this much more than those of you who came at the weekend but haven't tonight did at the weekend. It's much better from your team. Let's hope they take this to Bradford on Saturday, again from 2. And looking ahead to that. That's the frustrating thing. They've got to reproduce this Saturday because there's no point doing it just for one game. They've got to keep doing it, and not against people above you. You've got to be, in our league, the teams aren't as good, so these kind of performances get you victories, no question.
That game in the build-up from 2 on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. Before that on Friday night, joined Paul Newton and Andy Wood looking ahead to the weekend's sporting exploits. Good tackle from Brough there, sweeping the ball on the legs of Taylor away and out for a Blackburn throw-in. Edge of the Carlisle penalty area, right-hand side. The Championship side just looking to flex their muscles here, but when they do, they leave gaps that Carlisle have almost got into, and it's an awful pass, and Carlisle get a very cheap throw-in and a chance to relieve the pressure. 79th minute. 2-2.
Good ball from Thirlwell from defence.
Up to Guy, being out-muscled by Songo,
but
he's held on.
The ball for a while.
And out to Potts. Has Amu in front of him. He's got to be careful. Almost caught there. But now he's suddenly got the overlap coming from Potts here. David Amu, if he wants to use it, he could slide in Potts here. He's just delayed a little bit. Now he gives it to Potts, and suddenly Potts has a man to beat. Has beaten him. Gets a cross in. Beck's after it. At the back post, it might still fall for Gillis. Keeps it in play at the byline by the corner flag. Looking to jink past his man. Gets the angle for the cross, maybe. No. Gives it to Brough. And he's just hung that one up over the bar. And finally, Patrick Brough has got something wrong. And what does that say about a lad? I don't know if he's 16 or 17, Patrick Brough, but even in the disappointment, he is 17, even in the disappointment there of that cross, still getting applauded by the Carlisle fans.
Yeah, that won't last.
It won't. Yeah, you've got to get that right. But his defensive play, that tackle a moment ago on Taylor was... that
was probably the easiest bit of the game there for him to put that cross in. You know, it just happens, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly.
His leg will have been
probably
jelly there.
Pictured it just as that Beck was going to put the ball in.
Yeah. Here they come again, Blackburn, with fullback Morris, another of their youngsters down the left-hand side. David Dunn, not a youngster, in his 34th year and still pulling all the strings for Blackburn when he gets the chance to turn out for them. Songo in defence. Thought about going back to his goalkeeper, but instead gives it to Gal Givet. Kearney on the ball now. Scored the Blackburn equaliser before they took the lead. That deflected shot, horrible way for Carlisle to be breached. Ball up into midfield, lovely little flick from Dunn. King tries to lay it off to Taylor, and who's there with the tackle? That man again, Patrick Brough. He can do no wrong, except that cross. He can almost do no wrong. 10 minutes to go on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport, 2-2. There will be extra time and penalties if required tonight as Beck flicks on. Almost found Lewis Guy, but just the interception was there from Jan Songo at the back for the Rovers, who clear down the line with Morris, charged down by Guy in a throw-in. Really good energetic play. No changes yet for Carlisle, just the one for the visitors. Of course, I tell a lie, the one change, the injury to Reece James that's seen Patrick Brough get this chance for his first start, his first game time in professional football, before he's even a professional footballer. Hasn't even earned his pro deal yet as Carlisle look to break away down the right with Amu, trying to find the man in the middle. Headed away by Songo, and Blackburn have dealt with the pressure there and look to clear. And they've got a break on here, and they've got men coming forwards. Olsen driving forwards, King straight offside. Left to Morris though on the left. He'll try and get the ball in towards goal. Oh, it's the chance now for King, and it's a poor shot and it's a goal kick. And even though it hit the advertising hoardings behind the goal, when it came back onto the pitch, David Dunn tried a diving header at the bottom corner. That's just, it's good to see that sort of enthusiasm from a player who's long in the tooth now. Yeah, it is. You know, just enjoys his football. Just for fun. He always looks like he enjoys it as well. Just for fun, tried a diving header and to score. I like that. Fair play, David Dunn, and you've been brilliant tonight, by the way. Clearance forwards for Carlisle. Beck giving chase, flicked on, but it falls into the space that Beck just vacated. Kearney trying the outside ball. Danny Libbs is coming over and must be careful what his tackling is. Finds his way up onto the roof of Fox's and then down into the paddock. Thrown onto the ball boy, who gets his chance to chuck it to a recent Premier League player in Olsen. Down the line, Kearney on it here. Middle of the Carlisle half, out on the left, into the centre of the park, with Jason Lowe on in this second half to try and shore up that Blackburn midfield. And to be honest, he's done that. Now they're looking to break away down the left. Well out of defence, clobbers man and ball, throw into Blackburn. He's done really well in there. Yeah, he gave away the penalty. Not really noticed him, have you? So that shows, doesn't it? He gave away the penalty. Yeah, that was the one wild moment, one poor choice from him. He's looked experienced and he's marshalled the other young lads in there. Clearance forwards for Carlisle. Beck looking to get it down. Oh, just couldn't quite keep it away from Songo on that occasion. He's had a really good night as Carlisle's makeshift target man. I only say makeshift because he's so young in years. He's looked the part tonight, filling in for Lee Miller, who Carlisle will miss for the next 2 games. Bradford and then Coventry at home. Bradford away at the weekend, Coventry a week later. Here come Blackburn again. Olsen trying to get in, gets the cross. Who's there to clear? Paul Thirlwell. Captain Marvel again tonight. It shows from Livesey and Thirlwell, doesn't it? They just go into areas where they think the ball's going to go, and they're always there. Throw into Blackburn on the left-hand side of the Carlisle penalty area. You can expect this pressure to continue. You can expect them to be asking more of the questions. David Dunn with delightful footwork, trying to keep the ball away from the Carlisle men, then sets up the cross. Morris gets it in. Carlisle should clear through Noble, and they do, and it's a good clearance as well. It'll find halfway, and under pressure they might even have to go back to the goalkeeper. Guy almost robbing the fullback there, Todd Kane. In the end, though, Blackburn keep possession, and Givet will bring them forwards. Up to David Dunn, who always wants the ball. Joshua King out to the left-hand side, trying to find it through in search of Morris, and they are just poking the ball around here. David Dunn with a little round the corner pass, hasn't quite come off. Carlisle can come away. Need to maybe just get a foot on the ball if possible. Played into the inside right position, and Givet gathers comfortably because there's no one there for Carlisle. He's looking for that position that Emu was in the first half, Chris, but he's not quite so far upfield in the second half. He's being pulled in with the defensive duties.
Yeah, I think Brad Potts sometimes makes that run as well.
85 on the clock. Brough intercepts the ball forwards from Blackburn, gives it to Barrett, gets it back, needs the return pass, clips it over the top, looking for the run of Mark Beck. Not a bad ball. Beck will go and put pressure on Songo, who just booms it away. Taylor flicks it down the line. Thirlwell had to be alive there, otherwise King would have been onto a clean run on goal. As he is, he gets it back towards Gillespie, clears forwards, and Moo underneath, favourite to win the flick on, does. Guy giving chase. Givet's going to get there first, tied it back to the goalkeeper by Songo in the end. Be an offside flag go up here if King gives chase, and he hasn't, and Carlisle can clear up to halfway. Berwick can't win his header. Livesey, the nod back towards Gillespie, just got the legs on it, and only just. A risky moment there, but just made it through, and Carlisle stay at 2-2 in this thrilling encounter with Blackburn in the League Cup. Ball flicked on, looking for Lewis Guy. Just couldn't quite keep it away from the defender who got the clearing touch in there. Forces the young fullback Kane into a hurried clearance, but he's done well there, the young man, on loan from Chelsea, and it's the throw into Blackburn in the right back position.
If Lewis Guy turns the other way there, just lays Beck straight back in.
Well, he's broken his Carlisle duck in his second game. If he can get 1 and 2 throughout his stay with the Cumbrians, Chris, he'll be pretty chuffed. Not a bad team to do it against either, by the way. An assist for Beck tonight, if not yet a goal this season. Break here for Blackburn. Dunn trying to drive them on, looking to slide in King. Thirlwell, he's really stretching his legs to get back after that one. And he does, back pass in towards Gillespie, and then cleared down the line by Brough. What a good ball that almost was, in search of Beck. And Blackburn back in possession, on halfway. Kearney trying to get them driving forwards. Up to that man Dunn again, so influential in this game. Really gorgeous to watch as Morris gets in, inside left, gets the cross in, man in there, smashes into Thirlwell. They want the penalty, they're not getting it. Accidental or chest, says the referee, not sure which. Almost opened up there with Carlisle at the back. Blackburn coming forwards again, 87th minute, 2-2 on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. Carlisle led behind and then levelled. Coming forwards again here at Blackburn. On the left-hand side with Morris, provided that last cross that caused the havoc, almost led to a penalty. Dave Simonton on next time the ball's out of play. Can it be more heroism from him?
Keep it there.
Could he combine maybe with Mark Beck for another champagne moment in the League Cup for the Carlisle kids?
I think Gillies will come off, yeah.
Throw in to Blackburn, which they've taken quickly. Almost charged down actually as the goalkeeper cleared. Up into the Carlisle half. Noble heads it back forwards. After it, Mark Beck. Just dealt with by Blackburn. Givet will send it out. Sensible passing from Givet at the back, actually. He's had a good game, hasn't he, the Frenchman? Pinged forwards, looking for the run of Taylor there. Nowhere near. Gillespie comfortably gets after it and gathers. And it's still 2-2 on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. And we're in the dying minutes of this 90. Heading towards extra time as things stand. As Beck wins his flick on. After it's Song, he wins his flick on. But it breaks to the Blackburn man, and they'll clear it at the back, and they have. Livesey under this, heads it forwards. Potts a little bit hesitant there, and Livesey comes and clears everything out. Sends it forwards. Lewis Guy gives chase. Morris, the young fullback's dealt with it. Did well, and clears. Carlisle get the throw in. Good running there from Lewis Guy to put them under pressure. And Carlisle will bring on Dave Simonton now. And it is Josh Gillies, sacrificed. Good effort from him. Set up the opener for Carlisle.
Yeah, and put a shift
warm
in.
applause.
Yeah, he'll be tired. Put a shift in. No, it's a big step up for him. It's done really well, and like for like, Simonton will come on do the kind of same job. So yeah, no problem with that at all.
Looks like a Moo, I think, switched out to the left. Simonton on the right. What we could do with now is a free kick round about the edge of their area. Potts to take this throw in for Carlisle. 89th minute. Beck brings it down, edge of the area, thinks about taking on the shot. For a moment I thought he got it right, but he bent it over the bar. Goal kick Blackburn.
What a touch.
It was a good touch inside off his chest, wasn't it?
Yeah, then he flicks it inside onto his left and goes for that top corner, and for a second there, as you say. He's got
it all if he keeps working hard, hasn't he, Mark Beck? If he works hard, he can have a career in football. King tries to dance past Livesey. Reads the game well there though, Livesey. Simonton gets the ball under control. Good first touch. Cleared forwards by Noble. Beck gives chase, running against Givet. Looks like he's running through Treacle. Simonton couldn't quite get the ball down. Throw into Blackburn, just inside their half on the left. Infield it comes to Jason Lowe. Likes to switch play. This time instead goes out to Kearney. Wants to use his left when he perhaps ought to have used his right. Todd Kane looking to break forwards. Links up now on the right-hand side with Taylor. Blackburn coming forwards in numbers here. We're into the 90th minute, last 30 seconds of the 90. Then we're at the discretion of the referee. On the left-hand side, Josh Morris coming forwards. Good tackle from Simonton. Can't quite win possession back now off the Blackburn man. With Lowe on the halfway line. Clips it forwards looking for the run of Dunn. Tried the clever pass, but Joshua King just didn't look alive to that at all. Didn't look clever enough to read what David Dunn was doing, and Carlisle get a free kick for a foul on halfway and then kicked away by a Blackburn man. And I think, is that the first booking of the evening, Chris?
I think it is, yeah.
Calling in, is it Jason Lowe? That's the 90 done. And I think Lowe is going to go into the ref's book. Just out of frustration there. 2 minutes time added on. Is he going for the pocket? I think he has to there, letter of the law. And Lowe into the book. And there are 2 minutes left.
Launch it.
Indeed. We're into Fergie time. Potts just encouraged to take it back into his own half, and does. Up to the edge of the area. Beck head down. Who do we want to score, Chris, most? Let's say Noble, he needs one. Here it goes. Potts up in search of Beck. Beck not down. Chance is there, almost. Is that a foul? No. Is it a foul? I can't see. Crossing towards goal. Diving header. It off the post. What a save. What an exceptional save that is from Eastwood. Diving header on goal. Onto the post. And they've cleared it behind when it looked like Carlisle had won the match. Diving header from Beck. He's got his hands on his head now. He thought he'd won it. And it's a wonderful save from the Blackburn goalkeeper.
I can't speak. What a header. What tipped onto the post, maybe just hit the post and rolled along. Thought it was just going to go in the other side. Cleared by Blackburn. Last chance here.
This is, well, they're on the ropes, Blackburn, all of a sudden. Carlisle have the corner. Looking to get it in then on goal. What drama this is at Brunton Park on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. I'm getting overexcited. I hope you are at home as well. Here comes the corner. Taking an age. The referee finally says they can take it. Here it comes in towards that back post. Headed away by a Blackburn man. Follow-up corner. And another chance for Carlisle to win this in the 90. Listen to that. Oh, how I've missed that, Chris.
Yeah. That's what we want to hear every Saturday, but it's got to come from the lads, hasn't it?
Yep. Brilliant to hear the United chant back here at Brunton Park. Cross in, near post, headed away. Oh, Blackburn might just have a chance here to break. Oh, Simonton's touch not perfect. Trying to snap in there, Simonton to win it back. David Dunn's taking it away. They'll break down the left. Potts is there. He'll get there ahead of his man. Oh, and he's brought the throw in as well. Well done, Brad Potts. Maybe a little risky, but clever. And it came off.
Yep. Done well, to be fair. I don't know if he meant it or not, but it's worked.
Just a little after 9:30. The late show may well be even later tonight, because we look like we're heading towards extra time unless Carlisle can break with Dave Simonton. Almost picked out Lewis Guy's run. Boomed forwards by Blackburn, who are really reeling here. If anyone looks more likely to pinch this at the end, it's Carlisle. Patrick Brough now offering width on the left-hand side. Gets the ball. Fancy a drive forwards. He's got pace as Brough. He's past his men. He can get the cross in. He's looking for Beck. It's a diving headed clearance from Blackburn. And it's a late throw-in for Carlisle, and this will be about it. Carlisle, if they want to try and win this in the 90, they need to get it quickly into that Blackburn penalty area. But don't leave yourself short at the back, boys. Brough to take the throw-in. Beck gets onto it. Little ball around the corner, and Moo will get the cross in. Men in there. Goalkeeper comes a long way and takes it well. Took it very well, and that's the 90. Carlisle will take Championship big boys Blackburn into an extra half an hour if they want to find their way past the Cumbrians tonight. The upset is still on after 90 minutes plus stoppage time. Carlisle United 2, Blackburn 2.
Yeah, could have won it so easily, could have won it as well. Blackburn could have, but just that last chance of the game, wasn't it? Everyone stopped for offside, I think. There was guy across the box, Beck diving header. I don't know if the keeper's touched it onto the post, but it's hit the post. I think he has, the way they're congratulating the goalkeeper. And it's rolled, and I thought it's going in the other side, but no, not to be.
They're all around the goalkeeper now, aren't they? It was a truly remarkable save, that. Point blank, flung an arm out. Jordan in the press box, who sorts out all the tea for us. He's a goalkeeping coach, and I think he'd have been proud if one of his protégés had have made that save. Absolutely brilliant stuff, that, from the Blackburn goalkeeper. And I tell you what, if he's the number 2 behind the main man, Jake Keane, he might just have played his way into the manager's thinking with that save, Chris. Yeah,
it was just, you know, brilliant, wasn't it? If he's got his hands to that, point blank, isn't it? Done everything right, Beck. I mean, it's not straight at him, it's in the corner as well, and he's managed to get some sort of tip onto it, onto the post. But the reason we're talking about how good that save was for the Blackburn man was because of how good the play was for Carlisle. Great stuff from Lewis Guy, not giving up a lost cause, to find the way past the man, get the cross in, and Beck oh so unlucky, almost getting his first goal of the season, and almost taking Carlisle into the second round of the League Cup. Yeah, he's been a nuisance all night, hasn't he? You know, Lewis Guy, he's all over the place. He never stops. He's got the energy, and he's got his goal as well. That's what people are questioning. We just need him to keep getting on that score sheet because his work deserves it. What a game it's been. And Paul, sports editor of BBC Radio Cumbria, we're delighted, aren't we, as a radio station, to see Carlisle putting in the sort of performance that pre-season had promised.
Well, it's exactly what Greg Abbott said the team needed, wasn't it? And it's exactly what the fans needed to see after Saturday's disappointment. I was absolutely hoping, fingers crossed, Beck had scored at the end there, because that, to me, would have capped a man of the match performance from Beck today. I don't know what Chris thinks, but to me, the boy's become a man tonight. At times, he's been absolutely unplayable. It all started, you know, the first couple of minutes, he's looked up for it, he won his couple of headers, but then there came the touch on the edge of the box, which showed he's not just a battering ram, he's not just a big lad up there, he's got a footballing brain. And as you say, we keep referring him to a kid, but look at him out there. He is a big old lad now, and he can get even bigger, but he's got a goal in him as well. That's the thing, he's not just one of them. I've played with people like Kevin Kyle, and they were exactly the same, but they didn't always have that goal. He's got goals in him as well. Well, the late show will be late tonight, no doubt about that, because we've got half an hour of time added on, of extra time, starting now, and it's 20 to 10 as things stand. So the late show will be on later on, as soon as we've got a conclusion in this amazing advert for the League Cup, as Joshua King's caught offside. And Chris, when you get to the top and the latter end of this competition, and maybe some of the bigger Premier League teams do disrespect it, it's another of these that it's a proud night for a team like Carlisle, an opportunity. Maybe it's not about Man U, you know, Man City, Chelsea. Maybe it's about nights like this. Yeah, we've got, you know, most importantly, we needed a performance tonight. Greg needed a performance because, as we've said, Saturday, not good enough. And now we've got something that we can, you know, really... Ball into the penalty area. Beck flicks it on. Carlisle are onto it in the area. And Moo brings it down. Oh, just had his pocket picked, and Blackburn will manage to clear. Just for a moment there, Carlisle almost opened the opposition up, but not quite. Cleared forwards. Oh, Paul Thirlwall had his pocket picked by King. Raining forwards for Blackburn. Cuts it back to the edge. Really good interception there from the youngster again. Well done, bro. Paul Thirlwall being rescued by a youth team player. I know, but they're all in together on that pitch. Doesn't matter how old, and that's what we're saying. Everyone stick together. Fall out if you've got to fall out, but just make sure you do all your jobs. And as I was saying, they needed a reaction. They can take this into Saturday, and the last thing we want Saturday now is to go back to the old ways. We've got to keep this going, and that's why people won't get frustrated. If we show this determination, they can accept some defeats. They certainly can. And there's nothing wrong with losing if you give it everything. As Chris said, if you leave it all on the field. Forwards come Blackburn early in this first period of extra time. First of two 15-minute segments to see if we can separate these two teams that couldn't be separated in the 90. Blackburn having more of a say at the start of this first period of extra time. All over the ball at the moment, but not really getting up into any threatening areas as Givet sends it out to the left, and young fullback Morris. Little stab down the line for him, trying to get it in behind Dave Symington. He's got a bit of pace about him. He's got the cross in, and Livesey's cleared it. Done enough, Carlisle. Done your jobs.
Yeah, just got to concentrate now. There's a man coming on. Blackburn, looks like Jordan Rhodes. Doesn't get many goals, does he?
Oh dear me. What a sight that must be out there. But Carlisle have contained him in the past in his Huddersfield days, Chris.
Yeah, they have. He's never done anything, has he? He hasn't even scored, to be fair, against. I don't think his goal record's that good. Against us, anyway. But David Dunn coming off and him entering the field.
Wow. Well, for all that I want this to be about Carlisle and not Blackburn, Chris, it's been, I don't mind saying, a privilege watching David Dunn tonight.
Yeah, it has.
He plays the game like a teenager. He loves it, and he's been marvellous. And listen to the applause around Brunton Park. They know footballers, and this is one coming off right now. Marvellous display from David Dunn. But what a weapon this is to bring on in Jordan Rhodes. Absolutely demolished League One in his time in it. Went for well over £4 million to Blackburn. Reported to be on £35,000 a week. Ball into the penalty area for Blackburn. Straight after it, Rhodes, and it's cleared away. David Amu will clear it further for Carlisle on his weaker left foot. Just about gets it away. Throw into the visitors. Chris Taylor wants it short. Given instead, though, to Tom Kearney. They'll try and get it near Rhodes, who is absolutely deadly in the penalty area. What a threat he is now. And let's see this test of Carlisle. Thirlwell. Comfortable clearance away, though, from that Blackburn cross. They want to win this now, bringing on a big gun like that, Chris.
Yeah, they wouldn't have wanted to go to extra time, but now they're there, they want to go out and win this. They won't want to be a scalp.
Ping forwards on the right-hand side, looking for Taylor. Closed down by two Carlisle men. He's under pressure here. Don't foul him. Oh, he's just don't think that was a foul there. I really don't. He was looking for that. He had nowhere to go, and he was just looking to go down. And the linesman a little bit too obliging for him there. Chris, am I wrong?
Yeah, he's looking for it, as you say. He's just waiting for defenders to do that little nudge to go over. I thought it was good defending from Moo.
And Moo's just said something there because he just tapped him on the head as he walked past him. Anyway, free kick, Kearney with the vicious delivery of his. From the right, left footer's ball, in-swinger, in towards goal. Back post, good ball, headed up rather than away. Still alive to danger, volley coming in to the back of the net. Absolutely thrashed into the back of the net. And it's the youngster, I think it's one of the youngsters, either way. Blackburn have the lead in this second period of extra time. Alan Judge, who's come on in this first period of extra time, rather. Judge just thrashed that in. He's the scourge of Carlisle United, Judge. He's always been a thorn in their side. And anyway, 6 minutes into extra time, Judge puts Blackburn ahead again, and it's now time for Carlisle to respond.
Yeah, as soon as it dropped to him, you just seen his technique and you thought, yeah, this is probably going in. And a good strike from him, but probably didn't deal with the second ball good enough. But don't let the heads drop. Let's go for it again. We're more than capable of getting something.
Notts County 3, Fleetwood 2, and Leeds 2, Chesterfield 1. They're all full times now, so no upsets in those games. Could still be one here, but it is Blackburn who lead now. Looked out of play. Not so though, say the officials. Carlisle can clear through Thirlwell. Slices it forwards looking for Amu. Flicked onto him there by Guy. Amu breaking down the left-hand side now. He's just turned back inside. Now maybe fancies taking it on his left. Tackled, and the two Blackburn men go down. Oh, and he could have passed it off to Noble, but tried to get the cross in. And in the end, the chance comes and goes, but it is a throw-in still to United. What do they need to do now, Chris? I suppose not panic and just overcommit.
No, they've
plenty of time.
Plenty of time as well. They've just got to keep playing the way they've played all game. Working hard to not give them any chances and just keep playing the ball, get it into Beck. Keep doing what they're doing now. They're passing it around. They still look like they've got a lot of confidence.
Livesey lifts it forwards, looking for Lewis Guy. He's won the header between the two Blackburn centre halves, but in the end they will clear it away. I didn't even notice who Alan Judge came on for, Chris. Actually, that's why I couldn't figure out who he was when I was trying to pick his number.
Olsen, I think.
Yeah, may well have been. On the right-hand side, King shapes one in towards Rhodes. Shot coming in from Judge again. This deflects, and it might just drift behind for a corner unless Carlisle can get there, and they have through Brough, and it's a throw-in, not corner to Blackburn on the right.
Good ball into Jordan Rhodes there, and just a little touch off for the onrushing. Judge didn't have to break stride, did he?
No. Do you remember that chip he scored for Notts County here last season? This one easier in a way, just had to bury it, and he did. Good player. Taylor trying to get the cross in, and Moo's taking it off him and been fouled. Free kick to Carlisle. Chance for them to not only clear their lines, but maybe set something up. Gillespie hurries out to take it. What's it going to take now? What are we going through their minds out there, Chris?
I think they're just looking at Alex Salmon to come on here. They'll put a right shift in, so there will be, there'll be some tired legs out there. They've competed all through the game.
Thirlwell with a good strong tackle there, gets it away. It's Olsen who went off, isn't it, as you said, for Judge. King's the man still on there, up front with Jordan Rhodes in this first period of extra time on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. 3-2. The die thrown by Blackburn. They've made their changes. Carlisle have one left, and it looks like it will be Alex Salmon coming on for them. Big moment for him, maybe, to make a big impact. The move flicks the ball on down the line, gathered in the midfield. Beck, just too much strength, shrugs his man off, then gets dragged down. And Tom Kearney, I think that's going to be a yellow card. Second, and he's off. Kearney's gone. Well, I thought it was Jason Lowe who got the first booking, but Kearney's gone.
Tosh.
Well, he definitely dragged Beck down. Beck had done him, and it's a red card for Tom Kearney. And off he goes. And Carlisle, they are a goal down, but they're a man up. And they've got the best part of 20 minutes left with extra time all considered here. And they've time and maybe momentum. On loan from Hull, Tom Kearney. He looks almost inconsolable down there. He's clearly distraught. He'll go up the tunnel. He's devastated. But his loss could well be Carlisle's gain.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit harsh as the ball comes in, yeah.
Here comes the ball in towards goal. Beck flicks
Let's
it down.
late.
Could be a chance. Laid off. Beck with a shot. Oh, what a hit. What a save again. Absolute pile driver from 22 yards back as the ball came out to him on the edge. Goalkeeper thumped it around for a Carlisle corner.
Yeah, great save, you've got to say. If anyone's going to score this win, it'll be Beck.
Slice corner in towards goal. And Moo with a little cheeky flick. Goalkeeper down to save. Clever effort.
Cheeky.
Naughty, you'd say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think with, down to 10 men, we'll see. Sometimes it's harder playing against 10 men. Not if you were Carlisle like the Saturday, but you can pick them off and let's get the players running at them.
Here come Blackburn. Good tackle, Brough. I think that's the goal kick, isn't it? No, didn't quite play it off the Blackburn man, but another good tackle from Brough. And they're still looking to get Salmon on a Carlisle. Change still coming. Blackburn have a corner and they won't want to change during that.
No, I think Lewis Guy probably be the one to make way.
Might just make tireless night's effort from him. Here comes the Blackburn corner. Judge takes it. Songo almost onto it. Drops over the bar. Goal kick. I mean, he was onto it, but should be onto it in earnest. Probably. He's running at full speed. It is Lewis Guy. Well called, Chris Lumsden. That's why he's our expert, because he can see these things coming. But he can be thoroughly proud. His first Carlisle goal, Cumbrian lad. He really wanted to come and play for your club, and he's opened his account in only his second game and against one of the best teams Carlisle will face all season. Can't say more than that, can you?
That'll give him a lot of confidence going into Saturday's game.
Flick on from Beck onto it. Early touch from Salmon, and Moo heads it forwards. Looking to get onto it. Simonton in there with the tackle. Blackburn will try and break here down the left. Potts with some good strong play.
Well done.
Wins the ball back. Really good effort there. Brough bringing it forwards now. Space to canter into the bandy-legged Carlisle youngster. Oh, that's a wild pass square from Noble, and Barrett had to clip his man down there, and well, I thought that might have been a booking for James Barrett. Wasn't, and Blackburn get us back underway. Judge linking up play, but all at that Blackburn end. Carlisle will probably need to just be more ambitious than they had been, because they've got a goal to get back here. Blackburn do lead 3-2 in extra time. That goal from Alan Judge. Beck closes down the goalkeeper, who clears. Livesey underneath it. Rhodes jumps early. Easy for Livesey. Barrett turns. Bit of time and space to work in. Clip forwards out to Simonton on the right-hand side. It was a good ball from Barrett. Simonton sends the cross in. Not a great one. Easy for the goalkeeper.
It's like that, he got into that last season, not beating his man. He just took a touch and put the ball in the box. No one's in the box there. He's got to commit him.
Point from Jeff Jackson on Twitter. 6 Carlisle United players on the field now who've come through the youth setup. That is the future of Carlisle, Chris, quite literally.
Yep, That's what we all want to see.
Amu had his
And
pocket
they're not just
picked.
thrown in there.
Beck wins it back, down the line to Salmon, first year pro, trying to nutmeg his man and go in on goal. Keeps working hard though after the man trying to break, but Todd Kane has escaped him. Bit of space to go into on the left hand side, picks out Josh King, Rhodes on the shoulder of Paul Thirlwell, just trying to ghost into the gap behind him there. Carlisle have pushed King out to the far side and they've won the throw in.
Potts coming a strong game now, isn't he? As the game's gone on, he's got, you know, really strong and, you know, powerful, and he's not getting bullied off people.
Jacob Tonkin has said Lewis Guy is a hero. Please do all you can to tell him. We will when we get the chance. As Brough reins forwards for Carlisle, keeps on going, crosses to the back post, and it's headed behind. He's a child, that lad. He's a child. Look at him going past men and getting balls in and putting Carlisle on the offensive.
So what does Greg do after this? Does he bring a centre half in? Does he look for another left back? I think you got to stick with the back and you know, play Brough.
I think so. If they have to, ball in towards goal. Carlisle after it. Beck wins the header over the bar. Goal kick. And we are into the 14th minute of extra time, approaching the halfway point. Quick turnaround, and we'll be back underway almost immediately.
Yep, breather for everyone.
Including me. I'm trying to have a swig of my coffee, and Chris just decides.
Well, it's on your 8-1.
Love a coffee, me mind. Keeps me awake. Hopefully I'm doing my best to keep you awake. I think I should be doing all right with this game. You can't really go wrong, can you, if you're telling people about this? Although I invariably do. Paul Thirlwell, ball forwards for Carlisle, looking for quality. Beck, a good ball forwards. Beck, just couldn't quite keep it away from the couple of men around him. Barrett snapping after it in midfield, but Jason Lowe emerges with it, the England under-21 international. On the left-hand side to Joshua King. What a tackle that is from Dave Simonton. They're still coming forwards though with Josh King here, who's ridden those tackles well. Still coming forwards, gets the shot in, breaks back to him, Carlisle clear. And Simonton, the man who got back for the second tackle, Chris. Carlisle could break here. Alex Salmon coming forwards, has the move to his left. Oh, couldn't quite find him. Blackburn back on it with Lowe. Out to the left-hand side.
Pre-season, Alex Salmon gets the ball in good positions, doesn't always keep hold of it forward, does a lot of chasing back off his own passes, just needs to learn, pass it simple, get his first touch off and then just relax into the game.
1 minute at the end of the 15 and we're at the end of the 15 and we're into that period. 1 minute. Forwards come Blackburn through the heart of the midfield, looking for Jordan Rose. Livesey had to clear there. For a moment thought about allowing it back towards Gillespie, but not with Jordan Rhodes loitering with intent. Taylor and Judge link and then get it back. Nice football. Judge is away. Oh, he's not away because Patrick Brough has just demolished him. And it's a throw into Blackburn. He could start on Saturday, couldn't he?
Yeah, just have to be careful as Greg will try and protect him, but you know,
he may be the option, but they might be tempted to go and sign a left back on loan. But with this,
well, we don't know about James yet, do we? Hopefully, just nothing major.
Brough blocks the cross there, and a move can clear for Carlisle in search of Beck. Holds on well and shields the ball and clears it down the left, looking for Salmon. Oh, he's kept it in play. Hang on, Greg Abbott thinks he has. The linesman says not. Either way, it's half time and extra time. And we'll do it all again for 15 minutes, and that will be it. Carlisle have that 15-minute spell to try and stay in the League Cup. Quick turnover here, quick few drinks out there. I think the bottles that they filled up ahead of the 90 minutes, Chris, have all run out. Kitman Cole's had to go and get new drinks out there, look. Yeah,
it'll be, empty. They'll get them down them now and they'll feel this in the morning, but with the performance they won't feel as much as they would have after Sunday morning. They'll be buzzing.
Jacob Tonkin really likes Lewis Guy. He says, thanks for sharing my joy over the signing of Lewis Guy. Best thing since sliced bread. Is Lewis on Twitter out there on the pitch?
Exactly, these didn't come in till he came off, did they?
He's on Twitter, I'm sure of it. He told us he wasn't, but I'm sure he is. He must be. Anyway, Jacob loves him. And why not? Because he has scored against Blackburn. But Carlisle needs somebody to score again now. They're going to need one final hero to get penalties for them. But they are against 10 men. Tom Kearney sent off for the visitors, who will have around 20 minutes at the end of this match, all told in the end, with a man less. And having already played 100, that surely got to have an effect, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, they're keeping the ball well onto Blackburn into this, you know, going into the second period of extra time now, and they're still keeping it well. They're doing the right thing for 10 men, but Carlisle, they're going to have chances, and you know, if we're struggling, just go direct at the back. He's winning everything.
As we approach 10 o'clock, don't forget the late show delayed until we have the conclusion in this match, and then don't forget at 11:35 highlights of tonight's game on BBC One. Don't miss watching this night. Even if they don't do it, it's worth having a watch to see how they got on, because they have really worked hard, so much better than their weekend opener against Leyton Orient, and still they might just do it with 15 minutes to go against 10-man Blackburn. But they trail 3-2, and we're back underway at the start of this second period of extra time. On the right, straight away Carlisle surrendered possession, but then won it back with a throw-in.
And again, just on the ball, in two minds whether to put it in or take him on. Just want to see him be really positive.
Greedy almost. Take your man on. Cleared away. Well, there was a big bang there on James Berrett, knocked him to the turf, and Carlisle get the free kick. Perhaps the referee felt over aggressive. Noble, it's to the right of goal, good 30 yards out on the angle, maybe more, 35. It's not a shot. Noble will load this in, and Carlisle, can they get the equaliser? That's a good ball into the corridor of uncertainty. The goalkeeper comes and gets a glove on it, and Blackburn could just break here down the right hand side. Songo trying to bring the ball out to the penalty area. Judge onto it. There's a man herring down the middle. They've played the ball looking for Rhodes over the top. First touch isn't good enough. Gillespie gets there first.
Tell you what, looked quick, Rhodes, didn't he?
Did look quick.
No one
he was running in between Danny Livesey and Paul Thirlwell, mind.
There he is, Potts.
Noble coming forwards. Not seen though by Potts. Or Potts wasn't seen by Noble, rather. Out on the left. Not a good ball that time from Youngborough. Got to be careful there. That could have caught Carlisle out. As it is, goalkeeper Gillespie across to tidy things up. On BBC Radio Cumbria Sport, real privilege bringing you a game like this. These are the nights that you do all the long journeys for, Chris, to come and see games like this. What a game it's been, what an effort from Carlisle. But at the moment, Blackburn have their noses in the second round. They lead 3-2 in extra time. But it's taken extra time, and it's taken its toll. Tom Kenny sent off for 2 yellows, and they are down to 10 men. At the moment, Carlisle haven't quite made that advantage work, but there is time. Beck brings the ball down on the left and move past one man, dinks the ball into the area. Givet clears. Carlisle back onto it on the edge though with Noble.
Should be like
shakes
that all
one
the
to
time.
the back post in search of Potts. Oh, his first touch let him down, and now the break's on with Josh King. Livesey's had to come over to try and close him down. King's touch was a bit heavy, then he's running hard at Livesey, keeps on going. Curry's fast, cuts it back onto his right foot at the byline, trying to look for a ball, trying to get past Livesey, who concedes the corner.
Good play from King, to be fair.
Fast, isn't he?
Yeah. As you say, it took a heavy touch. I think Livesey was thinking, I'll go and get him, but over that few yards he made it up.
Well, if it is defeat for Carlisle at the end of this, it's defeat with pride, and a match you can be proud of. A performance from your boys, but there's still time, over 10 minutes. Corner taken short to Rhodes. Judge picks it back up. Ball in towards goal. Gillespie will gather comfortably. If he hadn't, it would have drifted out for a corner. Gillespie bangs it downfield. Looking for it, Symington. Battling with Songo. Symington wins the first attempt to get on the ball. Then the second. First time pass out for Noble. Looking down the middle for Symington.
Chance.
Past the goalkeeper. Still the chance is there, and Blackburn allow it behind for the goal kick. Just couldn't quite get the shot, the meaningful shot on goal.
I think Simon's got to go round the keeper there. He pulled out, but Salmon's got to score, to be honest. He's dragged it wide. That was the chance for him.
His billing is that he is a poacher, and that was one to poach.
Yeah, I think, you know, he's just got to hit the target there.
Goalkeeper urged to hurry up by the referee. 19th minute of extra time. 4 already elapsed in the second period. Time running out for Carlisle if they're going to do it. Long ball forwards. Rhodes wins the first header, but only through to Gillespie, who bowls out to Thirlwell. Had a really good game in the centre of defence despite conceding that second half penalty. Not Gillespie saved, actually, in a balmy 5-minute period where
Well done,
They
Liam.
did get 2 goals. Ball looking for Potts, inside right position, should get the cut back.
Oh.
Goalkeeper saved it. Well done, keeper. Well done, Potts. Well done, Carlisle.
Well done, Liam Noble as well. Driving on with the ball. You know, making a defence-bitten pass, not just passing it on to someone else. He's just, you know, he's trying to, you know, open up that defence, and he did that. Great running from Potts as well.
And he's trying to G up the other players in there as well, as Thor wins the header forwards. Barrett nods it on in there.
Potts just, you know, struggling there.
King.
2 long bursting runs from him.
King.
Shattered.
Bit of a dive from King, but I think Simonton gave him a leg to go over, and the ref obliges and gives the free kick, which has been taken slyly by Blackburn. And Joshua King will try and earn something off Simonton. Doesn't get it. Simonton feels it should have been a Carlisle throw. Potts 2. Tough for the officials, that one. If it was off the Blackburn man, it was difficult to spot. King wants to take the throw in and gets it by the corner flag, and he's played it back off the Carlisle man, but not before it had gone out for a Carlisle throw. Potts has got to be careful there. I think he almost threw it inside to Gillespie, and Rhodes had just got in the way of it. Throw will have to go down the line. Beck comes deep to try and win it. Can't. Morris rather has won it over him. Livesey's got Rhodes behind him here, and surely barged in the back. Free kick to Carlisle.
Yeah, got to just try and
Livesey's just told off the ball boy there for not getting it to him quick enough.
One last push, come on.
Well, they've got 10 minutes, well, 9 minutes now. They trail 3-2 Carlisle, but Blackburn have 10 men. Beck can't win that header off Songo. Taylor nods it inside. Potts has got to be careful here because he's got Josh King on him.
Struggling.
And the Norwegian is driven across field to the right-hand side. Little back heel infield. Ball down the line. Rhodes trying to play in his teammate. And now Amu's got a bit of open grass to run into. Once again, though, he's just urged inside by Blackburn, and he goes with it. Given up to Potts, who looks like he is really tiring. Out to the right flank and Symington. They take his man on. Hasn't quite committed to taking a man on yet. Noble wants it inside. Potts might put it into the area. Flights it up for the back post. Looking for the knockdown from Beck. Drops on the edge of the area, but Alan Judge, whose goal separates the two sides at the moment, clears it away. Patrick Brough picks it up on the left. He gets the cross in. Looking for Beck. Nods it, but it's behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, just going back to Simon, and he's going to have to decide what he's going to be, because at the minute he's getting it, turning back, giving it to, to Brad Potts. So, need a bit more from him. Needs to get that half yard, just whip that ball in, or commit the defenders.
If you're tuning in, hoping for the late show, it is late tonight because Carlisle United in extra time here against Championship Blackburn. We'll be with that late show just as soon as this match concludes. We won't be getting live reaction tonight for obvious reasons now, Carlisle fans, and because Greg Abbott has TV commitments, but we'll get an interview and we'll have it on for you in the morning. And of course, as always, I'm sure you'll be able to find it on Twitter once Paul Newton gets it set up. Carlisle looking to get in on that Blackburn back line. Back pass, goalkeeper, clearance is true. Underneath it here, Brad Potts, good defensive header. King will bring it down. Noble looking to take it off him. Good turn from King, away from Potts, driving into open ground, inside left position, cuts back inside, then outside. Potts has got in front of him, back to the goalkeeper. Nice. Little chip forwards there from Mark Gillespie. It was risky, but worked. Drilled up in search of Beck. Cleared away by Givet. That's really good defending from the Frenchman.
I think, to be fair to Gillespie, he forgot where he was and just thought, yeah, I'm playing out. Yeah, lovely little chip.
Was nice. Gillespie coming forwards, delivers out to Patrick Brough, Carlisle's, I say makeshift left back because he's still a youth team player, but he's looked anything but makeshift tonight as he drives.
Oh,
that's
well
a lovely ball.
Chance.
Into Amu. The chance is there. Carlisle United are level in extra time. David Amu with the goal. His third in 2 games for Carlisle, but so much credit goes to a 17-year-old youth team player brought in an emergency at left back tonight, who has been stunning. Patrick Brough gets the acclaim of his teammates. David Amu gets the goal. It's Carlisle 3, Blackburn 3, and what next?
I think Patrick Brough has got the Amu syndrome of the first game where, it got to a certain point and you thought, you know what, I'm just going to do my own thing and play my own game and just get involved how I want. Brough there was Every time he's got it, he's played it simple. This time he thought, I'll have a little stride on. Defence splitting pass. Amu's got in front of him. And what a finish. You know what, Amu, I'm not saying he's as good as him or anything like that, but he's got the Henri about him. Drifts off to the left, drifts to the right, and can go through the middle. He can hang in the air. And you know, he's enjoying his football, and you can see what a different player he is to the one we seen last season. Let's go and win it.
Well, what drama, what drama. This is what we've missed over the summer, isn't it?
This is what we're talking about. Let's just say our season starts today.
It does. Ball forwards, Beck under it. Carlisle could win it in extra time. On the left-hand side, Amu thought about the shot maybe. Noble, little clip forwards. Beck with the layoff. Shots on, driving forwards. Barrett turned it down. Potts will get the cross in. Willie takes his man on, gets the cross, throw into Carlisle.
I wish James had just hit that. You know, the way it's going, it probably hit someone and fly into the net.
Or just bend into the top corner, Roy the Rover style. Noble wants the throw, Noble gets the throw. To Potts, little pot inside, clever ball. Barrett turns, clips in towards goal. Amu underneath this, gets the little touchdown. Blackburn hack it clear. Anywhere for them. We're in the last 5 minutes of extra time. It's 3-3. This has been a tremendous effort from Carlisle United. One of the best I've seen covering them. Really good effort.
About the celebration, Amu's went right into the paddock, you know, celebrate with them.
Oh, Jordan Rhodes maybe away on the left-hand side. Carlisle have to be careful here. Blackburn's danger man, the multi-million-pound man, lays it back. They're coming forwards, clipped in towards goal, over the bar from Jason Lowe.
Noble, Liam Noble.
In fact, Noble was the man who got the touch there, and he gets a high five off Brad Potts.
What's happened from Saturday is he's learned he's got to track his runners and do the other side of the game, which he's done there. He's went all the way back. Lowe's drove on from midfield. Nobles went all the way back and got himself in the way.
I thought he was winning it there, Lowe.
Yeah, I did. I thought certain goalers had laid it on his head.
Corner to Blackburn then, still could be. 27th minute of the 30 of extra time. Gillespie can't get out. Put fouled as he punched. Pinned in by Rhodes. Referee gives the free kick to Carlisle. 2.5 minutes left on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. There have been some upsets in this Capital Cup first round. Some brilliant ones. Newport in particular take a bow for their efforts last night. Tonight, no upsets so far. Leeds are through against Chesterfield. Notts County are through against Fleetwood. Brad Potts has got man of the match. Can't believe David Amu hasn't got it.
You got to hand it over to Mark Beck.
Mark Beck, sorry, has got man of the match. I do apologise.
Oh, Beck got it, did he? That's how hard to get it.
Rose chasing the ball here, under pressure from Livesey. Honour in itself that Livesey to be playing against Rhodes again, and Lowe's going to take the shot on from range, battered away by Gillespie in goal. Brough bringing it forwards now for Carlisle, clipped over the top, looking for the run of Alex Salmon.
It's not bad, that.
It's not a bad ball, it's put them under pressure, and Songo has just boomed it anywhere, out of play, and it's a throw to Carlisle to the left of that penalty area. 28th minute in extra time.
Clever ball from Brough there, just putting it into that space for Salmon to, you know, go after.
118th minute of the match. Carlisle United at the Blackburn end, looking for the winner against 10-man championship big boys Blackburn. Look down in front of us at all the fans up on their feet in the paddock. Cross in, Beck nods it on, looking to get onto it. Symington taken off his toe by King, who should clear down the left-hand side. Symington, good strength, wins the ball back. King takes it back.
Good strength.
Cleared away.
Both, to be fair.
Yeah, both did well. Potts jumps, wins his header over Judge. King looking to break, he's got great pace. Clips it out, looking for Taylor, nowhere near it.
Keep it on.
Brough is going to keep it in on that far side and break forwards for Carlisle. Can he thread another pass in? Gives it to Amu. Sensibly played back inside to Barrett, to Noble. Has Potts on the right if he wants to use him. Reverse ball back in. Carlisle could still be in down that left-hand side. Bit of a wild tackle there from Sam, and it's really hurt Chris Taylor, actually. Who cares? Chris Lumsden doesn't like Chris Taylor, and he's not bothered he's down hurt, although he looks
off the pitch. Come on,
taking a knock, and get on with it, we'll say the ref, because he is off the pitch.
Salmon slid in there, tried to keep the ball in play, and, you know, done that, but, you know, foul given in the end.
119th minute, almost up. We're almost into the last minute of extra time at the end of this wonderful League Cup first round tie. Great advert for this competition, this. Blackburn have played their part. They've brought Jordan Rhodes with them here, and they've brought him on. And they wanted to win this. but down to 10 men after Tom Canny was sent off in the first period of extra time. Carlisle have managed to equalise. That Alan Judge goal that had put them ahead again. And Beck nods the ball down, and Simonson's got a run, and we're into the last minute, and he's clipped it over the top, looking for the run of Salmon. Cleared away. And Blackburn should clear further now with Morris down the left-hand side. He'll look to get it back on the return. Not a good ball from Judge, out to play. Carlisle thrown. Good take from that young man.
Get it in.
Ball boys just caught that beautifully. Get him signed up for the 4th Ashes test. Potts to take the throw in on halfway, right-hand side, down the line. Beck should win the flick on. Does. After it, Salmon. Simonson flicks it forwards. Salmon brings it down. Little square ball looking for Berrett.
Swing it.
Oh, didn't fancy taking it on his left foot. Gives it on to Noble. He'll take on the shot. Goalkeeper's just spilled it round the post. And it's cleared away. Liam Noble there really connecting with a shot like we've not seen him for a while. 2 minutes time added on, and we're into that.
I'd like to have seen him smash that. He's got that in his locker as well.
Stoppage time at the end of extra time on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. 3-3. Utter game. On the left-hand side, Brough just takes his time with the throw-in search of a move. Blackburn clear, nodded forwards again. Little layoff, shot could be coming in. Was that a foul on the edge of the area? The Carlisle man caught as the ball goes up onto the roof of the net, and it's a Carlisle corner. Well, this game really has had it all. Penalties, penalty saves, deflected shots, first goals, big tackles, sendings off. We've had extra time, and we're not far off penalties now, but Carlisle have a corner at the Warwick Road end.
Saturday, we forgive you.
Oh. Here comes that corner, drilled in, back post, back. I think it's gone over the bar. Too much on it. And it's a goal kick to Blackburn. And probably now, as we go into the final minute of time added on at the end of extra time, Chris, now Blackburn will be desperate for penalties.
Yeah, they are. They've not really been adventurous in the last 4 or 5 minutes, have they? Carlisle throwing everything at them. And as I've said, Saturday, we can now just focus on this, go into Bradford, positivity, great performance tonight, and make sure we keep this up, because that'll be the disappointing thing, because we've shown exactly how we can.
Big moment for Brad Potts here. King's taking it off him, gone down with a head injury. Rhodes is trying to go in on goal. Danny Lives has wrestled it off him. Carlisle clear. Surely they'll have to stop though. King's down with a head injury, and the ref's called time. And King will get help, and we will get penalties. One's already been taken and saved tonight. David Dunn already off though. At the end of this marvellous game on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport, we will have a penalty shootout to separate League One Carlisle from Championship Blackburn.
Big test now. Who will want the penalties? And who will want one? James Barrett will have to step up. Simonton, the last one.
We love you, Carlisle.
Salmon, confident lad. I think he'll go for one. Brad Potts will even fancy one, I would think. Liam Noble, got plenty of takers there.
Right, I've got my little penalty note set up. Well, I've written down maybe half of the chances that have been good chances, and my pad is completely full. That's how much action there's been tonight. It's been brilliant. As I said in the commentary there, it's actually had it all, Chris.
Well, Brough won't even have to set his alarm tomorrow, because he's just going to stay up all night watching the whole thing through time and time again.
Do you know what? I mean, you wouldn't worry about any of those youngsters stepping up to take a penalty tonight, would you? I mean, you imagine their confidence is going to be absolutely sky high.
I think it's best they do, because the supporters are going to be right behind them all the way. I just want to see, Gillespie must be buzzing for this, penalties. Simonton, get up there and blast one. Derek, you've got the technique. Liam Noble, you've got the technique. Amu, we've seen he can take penalties as well.
The tossers declared that it will be taken
that early on, but another word.
It'll be taken at the Waterworks end, so not in front of all those Carlisle fans, sadly, in the Warwick Road end, which is a shame. But Blackburn will be delighted, I'm sure. The two goalkeepers trudging down there.
Eastwood, the ones who have run down to behind the goal, they're going to have to run back now.
Eastwood for Blackburn, Gillespie for Carlisle. Is one of those two the hero? Chris, we've seen tonight what Carlisle United are made of, haven't we, finally? False start at the weekend. Let's, for the first time properly, draw a line in the sand, because we've seen what they're made of.
Start. Let's go, on the average, let's go Saturday and see this again. And, the thing is now, they've proved they can play like this. So they need to get motivated, and it needs to be the same motivation for every single game. They can't drop below it, because when you do, that just shows something's wrong. So they've got to go out on Saturday again with this level of play. If you're not going to play, you're not always going to play the smashing football that they play tonight, the great football, but you can grind results out, and you can run after people, and you can tackle, and you can even get beat in that manner as well. Get beat the right way.
After 120 minutes plus stoppage time of competitive football, we've not managed to separate Carlisle United and Blackburn Rovers. Now it's the lottery of the penalty shootout, and is that Alan Judge stepping up to take the first one for the visitors?
You know, there seems to be a relaxed air amongst the Carlisle players, because, you know, they've said to themselves, we have done ourselves justice tonight.
It's Joe Costin on the Late Show tonight, by the way, and that will follow. There'll be no real reaction. We'll just chat things through. Whatever happens now, Carlisle have done themselves proud. Let the season begin. Come on, you Blues, says Matt McPake.
Good shout.
Now, Mark Gillespie against Alan Judge of Blackburn. Penalty number 1. Here we go. Referee happy. Goalkeeper on his line. Judge steps up and cracks it into the corner. Excellent penalty.
That's the way to take one, to be honest.
And it's 1-0 to Blackburn. Alex Salmon. Well, he's got all the talk. Has he got the ability to walk here? He steps up and he looks determined as he comes up.
Needs this to banish, you know, the little chance he had in the game. He'd be disappointed with it, so come on, get this in the net and you can relax.
Come on, Alex. The Carlisle youngster steps up. Oh, he's put it over the bar. It's over the bar and it's a miss for Carlisle, and it stays 1-0, and Blackburn have the early advantage and the chance to make it 2-0 here. But the paddock all applauding the Carlisle youngster for having the bravery to go up and take that one. But now a big moment. Mark Gillespie trying to get into the head of the Blackburn man by coming and messing around with the ball. Who is it taking this one, Chris? Can you see the number on his back there?
Is it
6?
Low.
Is it Low?
Yeah, Jason Low.
Jason Low then, England under 21 international. Tells you the size of the task Carlisle have faced tonight. Up steps Low, bottom corner, same corner.
Does Gillespie go the same way on every pen?
And
that's 3 penalties.
2-0, Jason Low with that one. And the early break is with Blackburn Rovers. Who's going to come up and take the next one? It's Mark Beck for Carlisle, another of the youngsters. Really need this, United. After all their work, let's not crumble in the penalty shootout. Mark Beck. Up he comes, here he comes, and he's put it right in the corner. The first one to go in that corner to the left of the goalkeeper, and a beautiful penalty.
Jordan Rhodes.
And it's Jordan Rhodes now. He doesn't miss many shots from 12 yards. Wouldn't it just be football if he missed this one? And let's hope he does.
I'm saying miss.
Up he steps, it's a short run up from Jordan Rhodes. Steps up, strokes it, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Blackburn 3-1. Carlisle still have a penalty to take.
Yeah, I thought Mark was going to keep going the same way on the penalties.
Is this James Barrett coming up with this one? To make it 3-2 and to keep Carlisle in the shootout, really. Barrett
usually goes to our left.
Here he goes. Oh, right into the top corner. Good goal. 3-2. Blackburn have scored 3 out of 3. Next up, Chris Taylor, is it, Chris?
It is.
Your best mate. You'd love to see him miss.
Yeah, he's had a good game tonight. Fair play to him as well.
He has played well. The Blackburn number 19, a very good technical footballer.
Yeah, he is. I think he's confident with his penalties.
Likely to score this, unless Mark Gillespie can have a say. Whistle goes. Up he steps over the bar, over the bar. Carlisle have a chance. It remains 3-2. Taylor with a miss.
Liam Noble.
And Liam Noble, I mean, that one's left the ground.
Put your foot through it.
Liam Noble waiting for a new ball as he comes on. Taylor misses.
Come back.
Taylor made for Carlisle to come level. Noble with the ball under his arm. My ball, he says, as he trudges up towards goal. No keeper yet has had to or been able to make a save. The misses have been misses. Noble hit the target, hit it hard, Liam.
Come on,
for 3-3 to get Carlisle square in this penalty shootout for a place in the second round of the League Cup at the expense of Blackburn.
Smash it, son.
Liam Noble, straight run up, steps up,
yes,
bottom corner, very well taken, deft and accurate, and Carlisle are level at 3-3, and Blackburn now with a chance to go ahead again. And once more the angle's against us.
Morris maybe.
Trying to see who this is. Might well be Morris. What's the number? Paul Newton straining as well as we try and see it. I think it is Morris, the youngster. Sky it is the chant from a couple of the kids in front of us. Nice to see young'uns back at Brunton Park. Here comes Morris. Hits the bar and cannons back down and lands on the roof of the net. And Carlisle have the chance to go 4-3 up in the shootout and win it.
They're grabbing Simon and seeing he can win it, and he's laughing at them saying, I'm gonna.
Symington danced up and down there. This, Dave Symington to put Carlisle in at the expense of Blackburn.
He's going to take the net off this.
Dave Symington for a little moment of history for Carlisle United. Can they get past Blackburn? Premier League champions in its era. Up comes Symington, roof of the net. Carlisle are in round 2. Blackburn go home with nothing. What a night to be a Carlisle United fan. 4-3 on penalties after 3-3 at the end of extra time. Class acts, the Blackburn players look like they'll come over and congratulate the Carlisle lads as they go over to their fans as well. Led by Carl Givet, who had a great night, but it's Carlisle United who are victorious. And these are the nights that everyone's involved in football for.
This great game. This is, you know, Simon, as I seen him, he knew he could win it. And I knew he was going to score because he just danced up to the penalty spot. He was laughing away to himself, thought, I'm just going to smash this. He's not going to get near it if I get it right. And he did. And as you say, class act from Blackburn. Great game, both teams. You know, different class, played in the right spirit. And, you know, Blackburn played well, Carlisle played well. You know, let's take this momentum now into Saturday.
Absolutely brilliant, Chris. And we said even if they wind up losing it, well done to them. They haven't. They've gone and won it.
Yeah, they have. I mean, that's what we said. You know, we want them to come out with a bit, like, you know, a bit of pride, and they've done that. And we said if they get beat, they've done enough to convince us and get the fans back on side, and that's what they've done. And they've even won it as well. And then Patrick Brook getting a great ovation there.
Well, tweets coming in, yes, and various others, but Carlisle have done it. All the accolades from you, the fans. You deserve this, you know, after the performance you got at the weekend. You, the management, the staff deserve the response from the players, and they got it tonight. And they got it with bells on, Chris.
They have. It's, you know, let's just say it's a fresh start now. And, you know, we always say let's draw a line under it. We've got to remember it for, you know, the next game we'll go into, but that's a poor performance done now, and a magnificent one. So let's get on with it.
Don't forget tonight, you can watch the highlights of this game on BBC One with the highlights from tonight's victory for Carlisle United against Championship big boys Blackburn. The second round draw is tomorrow lunchtime, by the way. We'll have details of that in due course. Greg Abbott shaking hands with all and sundry down there. Chris Taylor turning him down in the end, but then, there we go, gets it in. Eric Kinder down there as well, coming off, shaking hands with one or two. Mark Beck, Brad Potts, just two of his 6 proteges who were on the field at one stage tonight. Youngsters all over.
He'll be coming back as well. They'll come back and want to watch this.
And the TV cameras trained on the crowd here as the final throws of this match come to an end. The fans leave happy from Brunton Park. What a contrast from 4 days ago.
Contrast for everyone. Everyone was so deflated because, you know, they asked us for the support, the board and the management after last season, when it was easy for the supporters to turn away. They came full of optimism on Saturday, were let down badly, and again, fair play to them, they came again tonight when it would have been easy, you know, to stay at home. And you've got to, fans as well have got the right to. It's a tough time at the minute with money, so anyone who didn't come, fully behind them decisions as well. So the ones listening, the ones that have came here, are fully behind the team, and they've been rewarded tonight. So let's go to Bradford again, and let's not make this a one-off, please. Let's make this momentum start. We got a bit of luck tonight, like Greg said. We wanted the luck, but we also earned that luck because of the desire we showed.
Man of the match tonight, can you pick one out?
Easily, Mark Beck.
Mark Beck was tremendous.
So many great performances, but he was right up there.
What about Paul Thirlwell as well in there?
Yeah.
Worth mentioning, Kyle Sprout's been in touch. He says never been Thirlwell's biggest fan, but he was top class tonight in that unfamiliar central defensive role.
Yeah, you know, people have their favourites, people have ones they're not so keen on, but you can only go off what job they do on the pitch, and he's went back there tonight and he's doing a great job. And how well has he played? Done really well, and everyone's absolutely buzzing. We haven't seen it like this for all last season. Finally, we're getting the good old Carlisle United back.
I love that. A lady's just walked past in front of us, and you may have heard her saying fantastic. It was just the start of that. She just cackled. I just thought it was great. A great response to Carlisle beating Blackburn. Jonty's been in touch. Brilliant result. Well done. Dave Middleton, get in, Carlisle. Lee Kenny, get in. Shows Saturday was a bad day at the office. Onwards and upwards. So says Lee. Yes, says Gary Coates. Get in there. You Blues, says Nath. Just so many people in touch. Delighted. One or two of you with words that we can't actually utter on the air this evening. More and more tweets coming in. Get in there. A new star is born at Brunton Park. Amu, what a player. Well done the Blues after Saturday. Couldn't be prouder of as a Carlisle fan tonight. What a response. Another one coming in here that we've just gone through. Didn't make the match tonight, but the lads on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport made my night. Go on, Carlisle. Well, I'll tell you what, we just told you about it. The lads on the pitch, even if you weren't here, Jacqueline Cass, they're the ones who did all the hard work, Chris, and they deserve all the accolades.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it was just a team effort, and I don't mean just the players. They needed, backing from minute one, and it would have been easy and it should have been, that every right the supporters to say, look, you entertain us, and we'll get behind you. But from minute one, they applauded them onto the pitch. They got behind them. There was a tackle early on from Amu, and everyone from then just got behind them, and there wasn't a bad word said about players tonight, and it was just a team effort from start to finish, from supporters, team alike.
Greg, what does it feel like being the Carlisle boss on a night like this?
I suppose it's for me, just to see the fans clapping and smiling and enjoying the game. All their staff as well as ours said it was a great game to watch, and you'd have paid double. Well, we owed a double pay performance because we didn't get much out of Saturday, did we? So hopefully we've just repaid that. We can draw a line under it. We don't forget it. I don't forget it. But you have to be so proud of what they've done there. Then they should be as well. And it's been a big effort. It's contrary to what anybody might think. That's not easy to do what we've done tonight. It's not easy, James, and they're a credit.
There's so many talking points tonight, but the fact that you finished that game with 6 youth graduates in your team, I mean, that shows an amazing future, hopefully, for Carlisle.
It's scary. I mean, you're going back to the olden days because it doesn't happen very often anymore, does it? Where teams have, people that come up through the ranks. But Crewe did it, and they've done it really successfully, haven't we? And we're probably in a position over the next couple of years where we're going to have to do it, And I tried to get Jack Lynch on as well, but I realised that I couldn't put 4 subs on because of Ruffy's such an early substitution. But he'd have gone on as well if I could have got him on, and that'd have been another one. So, fair play to him, James. I'm just pleased for them, and pleased. Do you know what? I'm actually pleased for the chairman and John. They took a bit of flack on Saturday, and they're trying like mad to run this club properly, and it's difficult. It's not easy. Listen, it is not easy. I took a lot of responsibility Saturday for everybody because I don't want them getting screamed at. We are what we are, and we know. We've always advocated the support of the fans, and I thought we got it Saturday, to be fair, and I thought we got it today. But the late goals disrupted our little bit of progress, and hopefully tonight we've brought a few back, and we can get a bit of a consistent run without being so up and down in the space of a few days. That's what we're trying to get away from. But there'll be some accidents along the way with a group as young as it is.
Well, you are going to be an enigma this season, won't you? A lot of the clubs won't know so much about your young squad, and you'll get brilliant days like today, and you'll get bad days, hopefully not quite as bad as Saturday very often, but you're going to get that inconsistency. But you imagine the fans will forgive that as long as there's always the effort that we saw tonight.
Yeah, the fans will. Yeah, Saturday was not good. It's even when we'd have probably got the gallantry. We've said all this. The gallantry medal at 2-1, but they were too weak. They conceded the goals too cheaply, and then the fans have a disappointment and a downer on the whole operation. But they've won a lot of that back. The players have won a lot of that back tonight. And I'll tell you what, the staff have worked hard as well, James. I have to tell you the staff have worked exceptionally hard. And we said we'd take the responsibility. I did that. I asked the players, you know, today if they felt disappointed to go and show that how disappointed they were, and I think to a man, I don't think we could have any qualms about anybody's trying to rectify a situation, and that's what you'd have to give them credit for.
Listening to your interview, which I didn't do, Paul Newton did yesterday, Greg, you could still hear in your voice how down you were with it all. How have you got yourself motivated, your staff motivated, and then your players motivated to produce a display like this?
I had 7 bottles of Stella on Saturday night. I didn't even realise that we got beat by the end of it. I laugh a lot off, don't I, James? But you know how serious I am. I do try and laugh a lot off. It's only a camouflage for my feeling and my emotion of where it is. It's a good feeling tonight, you know. But we've dug deep. We have to dig deep. We have to set examples, and we've dug deep. Me and Cav never speak generally on a Sunday. We set it all out on a Monday. We spoke 4 times on Sunday, and you know, that's the time when I should be spending with the home. But it's your job, innit, and you care about it so much. And we talked about what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, and where could we go. And we didn't have a lot of places to go, to be honest, because we didn't have any change. We just tried to get some energy into the group, some belief into the group, and we hugged each other on Monday. We all put the arm around each other and looked at each other in the eye and said, listen, we have to help each other out of this situation because it's tough. You know, it's a really tough thing, and yeah, listen, they deserve a bit of a pat on the back, don't they? Can you give them a pat on the back? Because I've just told them how proud I am of them, and I think the supporters did it, to be fair, at the end, and they've had that, so that give them that belief, and it's an important result to get the season kicked off. A defeat tonight, even a defeat in penalties, they'd have been so upset because of the hard work they've done. So we're in the hat.
BBC Radio Cumbria Sport.